What's up, everybody? This is NFL Network's Adam Ray.
This is Only Fruit.
This is Matt Waldman.
This is Chris Zork from your Chicago Bears.
I'm Deanne Miller.
Dan Weeder.
Hey, my name's Rashad Whitfield.
I'm Courtney Cronin.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys, Phil and Shane.
Shane and Phil.
Shane and
Phil.
Oh, Phil.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies. Tape Never Lies.
Starts now.
The Tape Never Lies.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Shy City Sports.
Hard to win a football game when you lose that battle, for sure. But overall, the defense played good for 3 quarters and a half. So I was pleased with that. And obviously, the finish of the game, you got to learn how to finish. We got to learn how to finish better. There's execution, taking care of the football, finishing drives. We're all at the game yesterday. We all saw it. So, but again, a lot of highlighted things to take positives from and move forward from there.
That off-platform throw where he threw across his body and it went like 73 yards. That's what got him drafted. That high.
Shows you how many shoe salesmen there are in the front offices. So when I see these guys, I mean, you could tell real recognizes real. Who knows what they're talking about, or who's regurgitating, or who is saying they have a source, and all that shit, all that minutia going out there.
Type that shit.
So what do you know about football and how do you analyze it? For me, I knew Zach Wilson was completely off platform, having to make plays with his feet. Justin Fields was the opposite of this in college. He's having to do this because his line sucks. The crossroad point, you look at Justin Fields, and the thing that I say, even more than all the running and whatever you want to say, just looking at those highlights of what Ivan was talking about in the open of Justin watching the game. I know Justin loves the game of football. And the greatest thing I've learned about Justin Fields is his game again, his worst game at the podium versus New England. He's the same presence at the podium. There's no arrogance like, yeah, I told you. There's just a goal to be the best. When you have that, you're cooking with gas.
All that stuff is definitely shored up and ready to go. It's going to be exciting. And I think the Bears are doing the right thing. I'm not a tanking guy. I don't like tanking, but I understand the reason why it's happening right now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I get it. I'm not fully opposed to it at all. I think, you get a number 2 or number 3 pick. You could trade back and sustain a lot of draft capital, add more to it. I thought Ryan Poles did a decent job in this past draft. You could do the same again and turn 4 picks into 7 or whatever, whatever the number is going to end up being at the end of the day. Then you have all this money to spend. And then it's like, okay, where are you going to allocate this money to? Who's going to deserve it and who's going to get it? Bears need some help on the defensive line, offensive line. Could use another wide receiver. The question is going to be, what do they do with David Montgomery, too? So it's going to be interesting. But it's exciting in the sense that, for once, there's a lot of hope for next year. And, I think it's realistic to say they should be, 9-8, 10-7. They should be contending for a wild card spot next year when you have your quarterback, you're having stability at head coach and GM. You're going to have a lot of money to spend. You're going to have a high draft pick that you could parlay into many more picks. So it's exciting. And I think Bears fans, although you're trying to endure the pain of the rest of this season, there's a lot more to look forward to for next year, no doubt. But this roster is going to look 10 times different next year. And what you see today is not what you're going to see next year. That said, Matt Eberflus came in and he said, we're going to do hits principles. We're going to have more discipline. We're going to be a rah-rah team. We're going to be all these things that he outlined. I am not seeing amongst the players that we see on the field today. That's the whole thing. And, you know, you're going to have a different roster next year, more talent, so you can implement these procedures better. But to Phil's point, I mean, Jack Sanborn's an undrafted linebacker. Nobody even knows who the hell he was last year. And somehow, some way, he's making 15 tackles a freaking game. So it's just that the thing to me is Matt Eberflus does need to shore up his own philosophies come next season with the real roster. And no one's like calling for him to be fired or anything like that. This is a rebuilding year. It's going to take time for him to iron out his own. He's a first-time head coach. Look at Nathaniel Hackett. He's going to be fired, right? So all these first-time head coaches are having some issues, and they're going to need time. It's a growing situation, just like Ryan Poles is going to need time as well to grow into his role as a developmental team with a developmental head coach, a developmental GM, and almost until recently, developmental quarterback.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Here we go. Trading up.
100.
Yes!
What?
Here it is! Or just reporting.
The tape never lies.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition. Take over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now them all stuck like the now-and-laters. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unchairs. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Trick Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it.
Keeping it 100.
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Birds never lie. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what is up? This is Claudio the Barber, and this is TTNL's Keeping It 100, the best Bears show on the planet, bar none. Listen, another rough loss to the Packers. We have lost 6 in a row. Are we tanking? Are we choking? Who knows? We got a lot to talk about. So, of course, we got another great show for you tonight. We got coming on, a.k.a. B Twice, a.k.a. B Squared, aka California Cool, former wide receiver for your Chicago Bears, Bernard Berrian, will be on this show. So let's get to it. Let's bring in the man with the master plan.
Yo,
Dr.
who's the man with the master plan? DJ Mr. C.
What
up?
We got
What's up,
Ivan.
bro? I was gonna get to you. My bad. What up? What up?
All right. Fuck Ivan then. Put him out there.
Bring Ivan. He's
Causing
the man.
drama.
Bring him in. Oh shit.
We got a good show tonight. Before we bring Ivan out, let's say hi to the lady of the house.
Yes.
Lady Bear.
She is.
There she is in her new apartment. Who's above you there? Is that up to your right? So you got Mike Ditka.
Well, that's Mongo actually, and it's signed by Mongo.
Steve McMichael, and then who's up there?
That's Buddy at the top.
Oh, Buddy Ryan.
And then Otis, also signed by Otis Wilson.
Oh, look at you. There we go. Now we bring in Ivan.
There he is.
What up?
What up,
I
Ivan?
guess a troublemaker.
You got trigger happy.
Yeah. Ivan, everyone's here tonight. The smartest man. We always keep it 100 here. Shane asked me to let you fans know his dad is still in surgery. So to send out the positive energy towards Shane and his family, especially his dad, the Marsaws, as they go through this. Shane just is waiting to hear how his dad is, made out. So he doesn't want to be on the air and have to answer a phone call, good, bad, or indifferent. So don't flood him, but also don't ignore it. I mean, if you feel like it. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I just keep it 100 with you. Love is good. Love is good. So if you're thinking of him or he pops into your head, send him a DM or say a prayer for his dad. Whatever you believe in, that's what I believe. So as far as clarity, I know Shane has brought it up. He's had to deal with a hell of a lot on this network. This whole network has had to deal with it. And, his father has to have open heart surgery at 83 years old. So he's still in surgery. So that's where the Marsaws are. So positive energy. Going on, I'll tell you a quick story Shane shared with me. I thought he was going to be here tonight to share it, but just to show you the reach of Shane and TTNL. So apparently, Shane hasn't been able to get over there because they only let a certain people in and what have you. And Shane has been under the weather. So apparently the nurse, found out that he's the smartest man's dad, and the nurse is a huge TTNL fan. So she went to the mom and said, listen, I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan and an even bigger fan of TTNL. So he's in good hands with me. So that's good to know. TTNL fans are watching over him. So prayers up to the Marsaws. I know it's been a tough week. It's been a tough week for all of us here, but we always say it's family. And you can't just say it. You got to truly believe it. I truly believe that TTNL has always been family first, family foremost. And guys, I've been through the ringer here with the Chicago Bears my whole life. It's been a battle, a wage of wars with the Chicago Bears. Are they going to turn this thing around? Tonight, we're going to have former Bears wide receiver Bernard Berrian on the show. He's been through, obviously, Hallis Hall, the administration, and the Super Bowl. We'll ask him what he thought. I'm sure Claudio will want to ask him about Rex Grossman.
Phil, just want to, let you know your biggest fan is watching.
I got to shout out. There she is. Deborah Franklin, a.k.a. Cherie's mom. What's up, Cherie's mom? I love Cherie's mom, right? Where is that drop? If Bratcher was here, he would have played.
I love all.
That's the wrong one, Alan. It's the wrong Cherie's mom. There it is. But I normally don't start out. I'm ruining the mood in the house, but I didn't want to, but I got to keep it 100 here. Right? And I felt like we had to address the fact that Shane's not in the room. So I do ask you, though, to reach out, let him know you're thinking of him, or say your deepest thoughts and how you handle religion in your way and send that positive energy. Big believer in positive energy. And that's going to bring me to this beginning of where I want to start on the Chicago Bears. It's right here. I just want people to realize, like on TTNL, my pride and passion is true for the Bears. Whether George, Ted, Virginia, and whoever else is behind the bureaucracy of it, I've fallen victim to the disease that is Chicago Bears. And for me, seeing Aaron Rodgers do the championship belt and saying I own you was enough. It was enough. And this game meant a lot to me. I sat with Claudio and saw him do that. And it just crushes us. It just cries. I don't know how you can't. And the tides of the transfer portal, NIL, coaches moving, firing, moving on, having theme music, this, that, and the other, reels up and down, social media power, politics invading football. The reality of rivalry is getting lost in the shuffle, what it means. Matt Nagy dropped the ball. Cole Kmet looked like an altar boy last year in talking about it. If you can't get to the vigor, the fierceness of what it means to the franchise, that's one thing. If you can't dive into what it means to the fan base, that to me is inexcusable because it's so important. It's so important. We live in the back door of New England. Them winning is important to them. You know, they've gotten spoiled. Claudio was having people in his barber chair complaining about shit, and he's like, dude,
I don't have none of that shit from Patriot fan. It's like rich people complaining about taxes. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
You've had more than enough championships in a lifetime.
Yeah.
In a lifetime.
Multiple generations. Multiple lifetimes.
Multiple generations.
How many fan bases are going to see 6 Super Bowls?
Exactly.
I mean,
and here I am.
How many kids are born those nights? You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. Jesus. I better watch myself.
Or conceived.
Bears better not win another one. Now that I think about it, I don't need any more. No. The reality is that is going to be played on this network. That should be played at Hallis Hall. Aaron Rodgers, I own you, should have been playing because you have to delve into what this rivalry means. Now, I'm sitting on a bus talking with George McCaskey about a lot of things. And love George or hate him, wherever you stand, or you can care less for him. There's 3 places you can stand. I can say this game versus the Packers matters more than I ever could think it does to him. And Lovie Smith came in here and said that that's the number one priority, right? Everybody remembers that.
That's basically what got him fired.
So now, exactly, you've lost twice to start out your coaching career to the Packers. It's something I feel like you have to change. Culturally, if I read you the media guide's version of it'll make you sick to your stomach. I mean, you're talking about years of losing to these guys. This is it's gotta be your goal, Ryan Poles. There never should be a goal of tanking to win a draft pick. That should never be your goal. If it happens that you get the second pick, then that's it.
The tanking implies that players are on board with doing it too. So it's like it's a whole thing for people to even say that people are tanking. It's just kind of like some big conspiracy thing. Like these players.
Honestly, it to me this feels worse than Nagy's incompetence because this is intentional. You're intentionally losing. So, and I have to believe the tanking or the alternate is that Eberflus ain't the guy either. And now we're back to square one. So as much as I hate the idea of tanking, I'd rather believe that than just think that we're in another cycle of we don't have the guy. But it does feel worse because Nagy was incompetent and the frustration was, okay, with a more competent coach, we can be better. And this just feels like, no, you're not even trying to win.
I think that they're just not a bad team, or that they are a bad team, and that the players themselves are. You never, as a competitor, as a player, you don't want to fucking lay down, no matter what the plan is, unless they do something wild enough, like the Eagles did, and pull out Justin while we're winning a game or we have a chance to win a game. Then I won't say it's a tank. I just think it's a bad team. You have one shining light, one. And I mean, it's the biggest shining. We never seen it before in Justin Fields, but I think the team overall is just that bad. I really do. I mean, you got one offensive lineman that you could say is, man, really worth it that you believe in. You don't have anybody on the defensive line. I mean, I appreciate Eddie Jackson getting better. Like, Eddie Jackson has completely changed my perspective on him around. So I have to allude that to maybe how Eberflus coaches or how he runs his ship. But as far as the overall talent, I was talking to Claudio earlier, and how many times did they have third down on the Packers? Couldn't get any push on that defensive line. Couldn't get to him. Couldn't touch him. Yeah. He was back there.
But that's the thing. Like, tanking would be that we're changing how we're playing so we lose. But we've had no pass rush all year. Our defense has given up third downs all year. So it's just how our defense is playing right now. And I just don't see us as that we're trying to lose these games.
I had my doubts. I had my doubts. Atlanta Jets I could see offensive play calls just boggle my mind. And that's where you can hide the gray area of hiding that you're not trying to win. It's 3rd and 5 and you're running.
Yeah.
I could see it. This game. I didn't see that. I'm being honest. I did not see them trying to lose. And to Ivan's point, it's a good one. I believe there's more than one shining light here. I believe there's more talent on this roster than I just do. Obviously, the areas with which are needed are the brightest shining needs. The spotlight's on pass rusher, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, center. Those are bright, shining lights. But the quarterback, I believe the tight ends growing up, look what you did in finding this middle linebacker that's a bright, shining light. Look at some of these secondary kids that are hopefully they continue to rise and step up after a bye week. So there's David Montgomery. Everyone knows how I feel about that. I mean, watching the tape of what David Montgomery did against the Green Bay Packers, when you actually watch tape and you're not Chubbs and Bratcher looking at stats, you actually go away like, wow, what he was able to do in these areas that aren't blocked and get through creases and drive through people is a special elite talent. Running a 40-yard dash fast is not an elite talent. It's never been. So Sanborn is the perfect showcase of that. 4.73. 4.7 fucking 3, and he's playing like he runs a 4.4 because he instinctively wants it. The roster is not good. I get it. The roster, there's holes everywhere. But Justin Fields, like I said in my prediction, you could win this game with Justin Fields. And by the way, you could have. Yeah. We don't have a pass rush, right? We couldn't get to the quarter. Still almost could have, should have, I know, would have won, Packer fan. I know. I hear it. But, yeah, Brisker's good. Everybody knows how I feel about Brisker. This draft, this free agency is going to set the tone for where you are. And I'm just saying, getting a block kick on a kick so low cost you. Everybody and their brother knew when he shanked the fucking extra point. How long did Claudio, when you were sitting next to me, how long did I fucking stymie on that? I can't believe he fucking missed the extra point.
I try to, be like it was the win because there was some win that day, but that's
I couldn't get it out of. I knew it was
down off the ledge.
I knew it was gonna fucking cost you. But now's where the real talk comes into play. How are you going to set the tone moving forward? Every coach we've had now, Chris Zorich made a great point last night on the show, and he questions whether or not they're tanking, and he thinks it's a huge thing. And my father on X's with the O said, if you do that, you've lost. And I'm telling you, I don't. Shane said it himself after Atlanta. You gotta wonder if they are. And then I showed you the Cole Kmet standing there, not blind, just stood there like a fucking electronic toy. I don't know.
With the players, that's where it loses me.
Yeah,
that the players,
but some
are
players,
Ivan, too.
Gambling, getting into the NFL. I showed you, if you saw my time, someone captured the broadcast of the official trying to negotiate a call. There's no negotiating a call. There is the call, and that's it. But you heard him.
But I will say, I do think that.
So the officials and you, I'm sorry, you can still have some players, Cherie, be involved in some shady shit now that gambling's involved. Once you've not made the playoffs, that's where you have to keep a watchful eye. I'm sorry. You really do.
Go ahead,
because let's have stranger things happen, guys. Be honest.
Stranger things have happened. I've seen it. Sorry, Cherie. Go ahead.
But no, it's just that. So like we're saying, like I get it because I do find it hard to believe that you could get the players to buy into a tank. But that's why I feel like it's more on the coaching where they're intentionally, like you talked about it, the play calling, the personnel that they continue to march out on the field. All of that feels intentional, like they don't want to win. And I get planning for the future, but as a fan, like I'm like George McCaskey, I'm just a fan. I want to see my team win. I don't care about the offseason until the offseason is here. Like, our team is our pride. We brag about being Bears fans, and we're proud of that. What is there to be proud of right now? If we already know going into these next 4 games, how many games do y'all think we're going to win in these last 4 games? So that's why it's like it gives the fans who are putting their hard-earned money into it nothing. So that's why I don't think that the players have bought into a tanking, but it does feel like the coaching staff has, without admitting it, saying it.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
I don't think you can go to the players and say, okay, we're going to lose.
Right.
To Ivan's point. Yeah. I don't think the players are involved. Now, when I see loafing, and you guys tell me, because I know our guests will be here soon, the whole premise of you coming in and taking this job, your culture has been on loafs, hits. Loafs, hits. If we're, people misconstrued my words on BHL, I'll clarify. You can't be a glass half full coach and lose to your rival and lose 6 or 5 in a row and come out here and list off the positives that you accomplished in the first quarter, in the first game. You can't do that. So this is a first-time fucking coach, again, learning to be a head coach. I get it, on the job. But I'm throwing caution into the wind that this is the fucking charter franchise. This isn't Jacksonville. This is the charter franchise. You got to know that your culture also resonates to Courtney Cronin, Deion Miller, Herb Howard, Mark Grody, and the media that are asking you the questions, because the media is just the conduit to us, the fan. They don't let Shane and Phil go in there. Although I'm thinking of applying to get credentialed so I could send fucking Ivan in there every fucking week and represent TTNL and say, these are the questions. I'm serious. And we'll document the whole thing just so the Bears can't play shady games.
Oh, I have a GoPro in my glasses, or I have those spec glasses that record everything.
You got
spy
glasses?
Document the emails, Jim, making sure everything is nipped tucked in a bow so the Bears can't do it. But the referees, again, I can't wait till you patrons see the pass interference call on this young kid. It's just a clown show. And then the holding call on Jalen Johnson is terrible right after it. We've lived this whole season, Miami, Detroit, Atlanta, even the Jets game. So I don't know. And I'll just be honest. I don't think you win with draft picks. The higher we get, the better. The Jacksonville Jaguars have been top 5 for the last 25 years. There you go. That's not how you win. Detroit had the first round pick how many freaking times? I know they picked 16 wide receivers with it, but still, they picked the receiver again. I think he's back. But the reality of this football team moving forward needs to be free agency, landing some quality cultural believers, talented players that are going to fit what the Chicago Bears are going to do. And then from there, you're going to understand what you want to do in the draft. But again, I know Shane is on one level, and I'll wait for him to get into this draft debate, because I know where I stand on the draft. If all ended today and I'm second pick, I know where I stand there. We'll see where you guys stand maybe when Shane comes back next week. Because I'm going to make a clown out of all these guys that I won't even spoil. I don't want to spoil any alerts. I'm gonna bring my own stats. How about that? Bring some stats for you where they only matter. History shows. And there you go. I'm so tempted. It's like a juicy steak.
You're not gonna have Mustafa, the highest rated lineman? Like
who had that?
It was PFF.
Oh
I think it was for 1 week, but I think it was the Patriots game where you saw him running and blocking nobody straight to the sideline.
Well, they got us. Clay
He
Harbor,
does that every week.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
I think
trying to
PFF has us at
incorporate
12.
center pass, where the center goes deep, runs to the fade. Justin throws it deep to Sam Mustard. I can't wait. I can't wait for
I
that.
think they have our offensive line 12th in the league. They're ranking the offensive line.
Justin Fields has covered a lot of warts. And I don't know. Have we got an update on the guest, Ivan?
Nothing that I see.
Maybe Alan can
go.
But the reality is, Justin Fields, the talk on him and being negative towards him is an absolute joke. You don't know what you're talking about. I see it. I've seen it on Facebook, and it's sad to me because you're missing the grand scheme of things. When you take the last drives of Justin Fields and you start throwing stat, well, he hasn't won in those drives. We miss kind of a derivative of history in those, where in the Miami game on the last drive, there's no pass interference on Chase Claypool. That was just the easiest call of the season to make, wasn't made. Then in the Detroit game, we remember this, going down, driving for the and we have the worst drive in the history of mankind. You remember that? I was there because our kicker missed an extra point again in that game. So these stories of Justin are going to be magnified based on win-loss record when you don't look into the details of situations. What did the Bears offense look like versus the Jets? That's your mic drop. That's your mic drop. Guys, in the first year, if he was showing me Mike Glennon-like glitches, I would be telling you right now, we need to be looking at a quarterback. That's what would be the story, because you got to protect yourself at the most important position in football: quarterback, pass rusher, tackle. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, because to find that elite talent at those positions is the most difficult. So quarterback, you have, so you check that off. But if you don't, that becomes, I mean, it shouldn't be this hard to figure out that people are going to offer a lot of things to get a quarterback, a la the Bears for Trubisky, right? The Jets moved up. They offered a lot. This guy, they're going to move up to get a lot for a quarterback for their franchise, or swing at it. That's because it's the most important position to have. So if you have it, don't throw QBRs and Troy Aikman's ratings. I just want to watch the tape. So despite PFF's grade of the Chicago Bears offensive line, when Shane asked me how many of those lines, there's one guy that I could say is an NFL quality starter. It's Tevin Jenkins. One. But Phil, I like some things Braxton Jones has done, just like some of you have, right? But Braxton ain't there yet. He's too weak at the point of attack. He's getting bullied, pushed back every play. Would I consider picking a QB in the later rounds? Yes. You always, if you have a rating on somebody that you feel as though, like if the Bears didn't have to grab or pay, what's his name, that the Rams just picked up? Baker Mayfield. I would be perfectly content in picking up Baker Mayfield and putting that kind of guy behind you. You know, I'm a big believer in getting talent that at that position, not Nathan Peterman. I believe in getting talent that fits what it is you want to do philosophically at that position. So, yeah, if there's a guy in the draft that's pushed down, then you go up there and get him. Look at Heineke, what he's done with the Commanders. I mean,
well, what round? What round would you in this draft?
I honestly, I wouldn't put a priority on it. But if there's, so say there's a guy that I really like at a quarterback, I'm the GM. I know I have needs. And I would address those needs based on filling them. Any GM that says, well, we're going to get best player available, they're full of shit. They're going to get the best player available at a need because that's what you need. So your goal in free agency for Ryan Poles is going to be to address offensive tackle, pass rusher, defensive tackle, right? You're going to try to hit all those positions. You ain't signing a quarterback. Maybe you look at an athletic quarterback to back up Justin, but that would be later in the free agency process. Right out the gate, you're looking at free agents that are going to start right away. With all that money, you've already set yourself up for pressure too, because every fan of the Chicago Bears from here to Japan is going to be expecting you to delve out some of that cash to find those players. And if they don't, and they start losing out on these players, I'm just telling you, shit's going to start hitting the fan. You know, Payne is going to be the first guy. Shane had said, Alabama boy getting inside. Yeah. Then you got to get an offensive tackle in here. What is Leatherwood? You have to find that out now. What is Dieter Eisland? You have to find that out. And the final 4 games,
you got to play them.
This is what you have to play.
You can't find out what you got if you're not playing them in real fucking games.
Exactly. You have to. If they don't, we have the possibility of another Tressman, Geron, Lovey, Nagy, shoe salesman. You can't skip what you have. You got to find these answers now. It's like my father was saying. Would you find out Sanborn if you kept Roquan? Nope. Would you find Josh Blackwell if somebody didn't get hurt? Nope. This is the shit that the Chicago Bears have failed to do in all of my life except for Ditka. I'm telling you right now, Ditka was the only guy that I don't give a fuck where you were drafted, what school you went for, or how much you make. I'm going to play the best players. And he told the GM to go fuck himself if he wanted to say anything. He told Michael to go fuck himself. He told them all. And that's where I'm telling you, it's got to say to this code. Eberflus and Poles have to be on the same page. Is there an update?
I got nothing right now. I tried to call him. He hasn't hit me back.
Well, I look at Justin Fields. I believe you have the answer there. I don't think everybody waits. There was games where Justin hadn't taken a step forward early in the season that caused pause in me. And he did a 180. He's grown up right before your eyes, because what did Matt Nagy not do? He didn't design anything to Justin's strengths. If you're looking for a credit to this offensive coordinator, I've seen him do things to his strengths. That'll be his one credit that I'll give him. You're designing plays that incorporate Justin's ability to move. He's 238 pounds at 6'4" and can run. That is a fucking weapon. And just like Michael Vick, just like Lamar Jackson before him, they had to hit the ground running before they could be throwing and dropping back. And unfortunately for the Chicago Bears and PFF and their theories, the offensive line can't block a lick in pass pro. It's so bad sometimes that it's a comedy. It's so bad that your quarterback can't believe he might have a little bit more time. And it's like, oh, wait a second, I do have. That isn't helpful either.
They were a little bit better this week.
Yeah,
I mean, Justin had one of his, I think, his best game to this point, to be honest. And like you said, there's still bad, like real bad on the offensive line, no doubt. But they, to their credit, with how shitty they've been, last Sunday was one of the better performances that they've had. Justin actually had a pocket to throw from, wasn't, scrambling all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because most of those, they did dial back the design runs and they completely stopped them in the second half. And Justin still wasn't really scrambling as much. So I don't know how much his shoulder was still hurt or what, but a better job than normal.
Well, Justin has had to run because of this offensive line. And that's what we've seen. And that's why he's had these harsh critics, because they go right to the stat line and see what his passing numbers are, instead of recognizing situational football that without him doing what he did, you wouldn't even be in the game, which they've been in every game with him on the field. They've been in every game. And I predicted the Bears to win with Justin Fields on the field. And they should have. They should have won. Honestly, they should have won. There's some terrible play calls in situation I don't even understand. But again, it shoulda, woulda, coulda, shit. Here, he's in the game. Are you in that game with Nathan Peterman?
Absolutely not.
No, exactly. It sucks. So that's why I put the salute. This has to bother. This is Ryan Pohl's device. If you're not bothered by being 3-10, if you're not bothered by Aaron Rodgers saluting the fans, your fans, saying, I did it again. This might be my last time of beating your asses on your field. Then we've got the wrong people again. You got the wrong people. If it doesn't bother, that's your measuring stick for the locker room. We all remember. If you don't remember, because I know how much it costs for Claudio and I to go to Chicago to watch a game. I'm lucky to be able to do that or afford that. It ain't cheap.
Mm-mm.
It is not cheap. So for somebody, for wherever they're coming from, New York, Indiana, California, Germany, to see this football team, I think it's your job as a head coach to remind players that people come from all over the fucking world to see you play out there. I know how I would address this football team. I have no qualms. None. If you're not here to win, don't come in this locker room. If that makes Ted and George uncomfortable, then get them the fuck out too. Just sit in the press box, eat your fucking shrimp. Don't even bother to come down. Leave the football to somebody else. It's the whole reason why they're so afraid of Olin Kreutz. Because he's going to tell you what you don't want to hear. I don't know if Ryan Poles is putting politics before performance. I'm going to find out. I'm telling you right now. After this bye week, you see Sam Mustipher trotting out there. Riley Reef at 33 at right tackle. Then you got the wrong fucking... What are we fucking doing again? Get an answer. Get an answer. Well, Phil, Justin might get hurt. They're in the NFL. He's going to get hurt anyway already with this shit. Despite PFF. The best ability is availability. Remember? That's there. The best ability is availability. That's a fucking true quote. You guys follow them as if they're nobody. Bring them on here. We'll watch tape together. You see Charles Leno's fucking ass letting him up. Boom! Another fucking quarterback sack. You got to have pride to play this game of football. If you don't have it, it all starts up top. It all starts up top. The head coach best believe he's sending the right message to his football team. And it all starts with competition and holding people accountable to it. When your season sucks, find the answers. Speaking of answers, you know we got an answer in the 3rd round back in the day. I remember it very well because I was like, who's this dude? He looks like he's so skinny. Is he going to be able to hold I just remember saying that. I remember saying, and boy, did he come in. Let's bring this guy out. I'm super excited to bring this guy out our way. Let's introduce. Our guest is here. Everyone's been waiting. Let's bring out the man from Fresno. In fact, there's a little known fact. He was born in Spain, Claudio. He probably watched the World Cup with you. I don't know.
Loss. Hopefully he's all right.
Let's bring him out the TTNL way. You know him as number 80. Yes. B twice, some people call him.
B squared.
California cool. Let's bring out Bernard Berrian.
This guy was the 78th overall selection in the 2004 NFL Draft out of Fresno State. Things may have started slowly in Chicago, but once he was healthy, things really started to take off. Anyone remember that 2006 playoff run and that 33-yard touchdown in the NFC Championship game versus the Saints? Exactly. We knew you would. Bears fans, TTNL fans, get up out your seats and give it up for the California cool. He's B twice, Bernard Berrian.
There he is.
Hello, how's it going?
Bernard, B twice. How are you?
We good. We got to work on your intro. Intro, terrible.
You're not a fan of your intro?
No, your intro. The recorded audio was great.
Oh, all right. How you doing tonight?
I'm fine. How's it going?
I'm hanging in there. I've been trying to get a hold of you, B2, to speak to you about this first and foremost. back in the day, draft day, back coming out of Fresno State, was the Bears, where were you? And did you have any idea that the Bears were interested?
I was at home actually in Fresno at my college house. I had all my friends and family over. And no, I had no idea it was going to be Chicago at all. No clue whatsoever. But thankfully it was.
Were you really happy? Because, Musa and Muhammad said this is where receivers go to die. And you were obviously a teammate of his. Did you feel that way being here?
I mean, I only played in 2 places. So, I mean, as far as experience on where receivers go to die, I don't really have too much input on that. But, I mean, Moose is a veteran. He's been around. He played in the league for a long time. So, he can speak on that a lot more and have a lot more expertise on that than I would.
No, I just remembered when I saw you coming out of Fresno, and this is no shot. This is actually a testament to you, because I felt the same way about Darnell Mooney. It was like, wow, this kid's very thin. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold up in the NFL. And you proved me and every doubter wrong in regards to that. When you look at Darnell Mooney, do you see a little bit of yourself in him? Do you watch him?
No, I don't actually. I just see a football player.
Mm-hmm.
All I see when I see Darnell Mooney or anybody in a jersey, really. Size and all that, whatever, it don't matter. It's all in the heart. You got fighting, you'll last, you'll make it work. Everybody's been playing with whatever size they have been playing with since they've been playing. So they're accustomed to it, they're used to it, they know how to take hit, they know how to give hits. So it's nothing had to do with size. It's all about the fight and the dog.
There's no doubt that you had a lot of fight in you. And born in Barcelona, Spain. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I didn't know about this.
I was actually born in Torrejon, Spain, but it's about 30 minutes or 30 miles outside of Madrid. Okay. But I was born military family. My parents were both Air Force, so we were stationed out there for a little bit. It was only me and my little brother were born there. We were only there for like maybe 8 months, 6 months, 6 to 8 months after he was born. We came back and we were stationed back at Travis Fairfield.
So both your parents are in what service?
Air Force.
Air Force. Look at you. Well, thank them for their service.
Oh yeah, they're very well thanked. Yes.
No, that's amazing. Now, coming out at the combine, you ran a 4.61, but you were so much faster than that. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, I was in the East-West Shrine game, and I got injured and had to have surgery. So I trained, but I couldn't really run the way I was supposed to really run. So I said I didn't care anyway. I was advised not to run at the combine, but I said I don't care. I'm a fast guy anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. So that was what it was. But no, I'm a 4.4 guy. 4.41 is usually where I'm running at. So it didn't really matter anyway. I don't care what you time me at anyway. I get on the field, I'm gonna beat you. So
yeah, you beat a lot of people. Obviously, we showed your catch in the NFC Championship game. Probably one of the most memorable moments for me, because I felt like that was the turning point in the game. We needed a big play, and you were that kind of football player. You had the heart. Do you still see and remember this play as the ball's coming down through the snow?
Oh yeah, definitely. We were mad about that, actually, to be honest with you. We were trying to get that in about 3 or 4 times earlier in the game, because we knew that DV was a fish. We could attack him all game. So that was actually the first time we landed it. But right. we had planned for it about 2 or 3 times earlier in the game, but it was one of those. It was one of those moments we were kind of going. We weren't really going back and forth, but we definitely needed a play, and we were finally able to land it. And, Rex just gave me an opportunity to make a play on it, and I made the play. Finally, was able to, you have no idea. I was really mad. I was really pissed off. Like, we finally landed this. But because we're usually kind of really consistent on our deep ball. It's never really off or too far or have to adjust or anything like that. So we were pretty solid with that. So that's why we were pissed. And finally, when we landed it kind of catapulted us into victory. And the defense just continued to do their thing and as they always do. And it was almost as the route. I think what was the game? Like 33-17 or something like that. It finished off the score.
What was it? 39-17? Something like 19.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was the big play though. That turned the confidence level. The defense just felt this freedom. And I always felt like you were one play away from getting it. I mean, you were a big play threat. You can take that safety out of there off the top, but your hands and your ability to focus over the top on the football were completely not appreciated enough, in my opinion. You look at that season, and was there any animosity? It was 39-14. Sorry.
Oh, it was
39-14. Was there any animosity between the two, the offense and the defense? Did you ever feel it, or you felt like you needed to do more?
I don't think there was ever any animosity, but the defense, they did take on an attitude of, we're going to have to win games. Is basically how it was. At times on the offensive side of the ball, it was definitely very frustrating. There was times we couldn't do anything, couldn't move the ball, couldn't run the ball, couldn't throw the ball, couldn't really do too much of anything offensively. And the defense, special teams, and defense definitely they saved us a lot of times. But there were times where we were able to move the ball on offense and actually put points up and do those things. But it's just I like the way the defense handled it. That, like I said, they took it upon their shoulders and took the team on their back and said, we're gonna have to win games and we're not gonna pout about it or cry about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out there, play football and stop the opposing team.
Olin, Urlacher, Thomas Jones, all to a man said on this show that Hester returns that kickoff return. They just felt like they were winning this game. There's just no way we were going to lose this football game. The ultimate feeling of this is your year. How about you, taking you back to that Super Bowl?
Oh no, I mean, pretty sure everyone had the same feeling after he returned that opening kickoff. It was the way the season went, the whole year went. It was like it felt like it was written. It was in the stars. Everything was aligned. I mean, the Arizona game kind of helped out with that and tell another story. I mean, everything fell in our favor that year. It wasn't really too much going against us. So it was, once that happened, he hit that opening kickoff for a return for a touchdown. We kind of felt, this is it. We're definitely on the way.
Now, you described the animosity, none. Like, you played off the ultimate team. How in that team, in all honesty, keeping it 100, Thomas was so authentic in his feelings about Coach Lovie Smith, as was Brian, and Olin has been several times. Well, as an offensive player, because it always seemed like the Bears could not, and Lovie couldn't get the offensive coordinator position ironed out. And you being a big player, and obviously free agency ended up hitting. We'll get to that in a second. But was there anything for you in regards to Lovie Smith that you wished were different?
Well, I wish he would have been there a little bit longer, for sure. Okay. I love Lovie. Lovie was a great coach. I can't say anything really too bad about Lovey, to be honest with you. As far as the way he led, his leadership skills, the way he communicated with the team, he wasn't a two-faced type of person. He was a straight shooter. So it's hard to say anything really negative about Lovey. Lovey did a great job with the team and speaking to the team and speaking to the players and speaking to the leaders and making sure that the messages he wanted were conveyed throughout the team. Like it was really good. I enjoyed my time. I didn't want to leave Chicago. We talk about it, if we get that way. I didn't really want to leave Chicago at all. I remember my exit meeting or free agency meeting with Lovey was great. Being there is just like you said, the coordinating position. It was always a toss up. We didn't know what was going to happen. I'm kind of in the situation now, like with what's going on with Chicago now. Is offensively, it's just always in disarray.
Right. And I gotta be honest, I was crushed because I was such a big fan of yours, and I knew what you do. Like there's hidden things as an offensive coach that a guy with your kind of ability to get over the top and be as fluid, and you weren't afraid. And that's where my intro of you verbally kind of failed on you. I was just trying to point out, being a draft analyst, I was like, I don't believe in this guy. And you proved me and everybody wrong with your ability to what you ended up becoming. And then I was crushed by you. In fact, I was like, I don't like Bernard anymore because you ended up going to Minnesota. So take us, you meet with Lovey, you say you have a good interview. This is what I want to know. Like, you love Chicago. I know the fans loved you, but you leave for Minnesota. Was it all about the money? What was going on behind the scenes?
I mean, it wasn't all about the money. It was kind of the contract negotiations talks. It's just the way the money was gonna be paid out. The deal, I think the deal that actually Lance got was the deal that I was supposed to have, and I would have taken that deal. The only thing was the so-called guaranteed portion of it. Mm-hmm. It's too much a disparity in that. And talking back and forth with my agent, I would have took 15 million less total contract, easy. But just the disparity. Wow. If they gave me $2 more million in the guarantee section, I would have stayed in Chicago. But they didn't really want to do it. So that's why it was like, it's going to be hard to make that up. I was already an older free agent. That was my first free agency. So you never know if you're going to come up and make it the second time. If it was going on my second time, I wouldn't have had no problem. But that was the first time. So it was like, well, we got to make sure it's secured. And so we went with Minnesota. The Raiders actually had more in their contract, but I didn't want to go to the Raiders because just the organization was in disarray. Everything was crazy over there. You talking about Moose's comment about receivers go to die. All I remember is Randy trying to get up out of there. That's all I remember.
What? Now here you were an established player. Like, these guys have told me on the private how funny you were, you fit in. So you end up leaving. It's like the band is breaking up. Was there conversations behind the scenes? Or obviously at the end of the day, the players get it. This is a business and you have to do for your family. But was there any funny stories like once you left? Because now you're going to play him twice.
No, not really. There weren't too many any funny stories once I left. I can't really remember too much either. That's the first time I've actually been asked that question. So I was trying to think of that and jog my memory. It's been so long. But no, I don't think there were too many any because I mean, like I said, we all had a really good time. Like we were the crew, breaking through. So it wasn't no like real ill feelings or anything like that towards anybody. Like, still converse now, and we still joke about plays that happened, and while we're playing against each other. That's funny, I think. But,
yeah, the 99-yard touchdown.
The one I more remember is when I'm trying to throw a receiver pass, and Wale's coming at me. Oh, Yeah. I'll take a
What-
shot. I'll take a shot. He let me have it. I'll take a shot on that one.
Does he say anything to you?
Not. I don't even think he really remembers that. I remember the last time we were out in LA one time at dinner. I think he brought it up. We were joking around. We brought it up, but that was the last time. But yeah, I want to say like 2 years ago. But other than that, yeah, we haven't talked about anything else other than that yet.
Do you miss the game? Do you miss playing?
It's funny. I've been out so long. I usually typically I would say no. I want to say like about 3 years out after retiring is kind of when I was still missing the game, and then it took I want to say about 4 or 5 years out. It would be like playoff time. Just I'd miss the Super Bowl playoff action because that atmosphere. So it's always so intense that environment, and then you always kind of get the itch. And then after that, I wasn't really able to watch football. My son was being born, and he was young, and he didn't watch TV at all. He didn't want to let me watch TV at all. So there was no football watching. So I kind of got away from it for a while. Then I started coaching, and just this past season, these kids that I was just coaching, they kind of got me back into really missing football. Actually, I was watching like a couple years, 2-3 years ago. I've been watching a while, but I didn't really miss it still yet. But these kids, they actually got me missing playing. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Where are you coaching?
Well, the last school I got it on right now is Roosevelt. Roosevelt High School. It's out here in Fresno. I was
Nice.
at.
So you're back out in Cali.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that you're coaching. That's where you start to really appreciate and look back at yourself, but also the coaches that coached you. How many of them have taught you lessons that you're now using and be like, oh, because I do. My father was my coach, but he's also my dad. So now I'm yelling at my kids, like, turn that light off. And back in the day, I was like, I'll never be him. But now I am him.
For sure. No, I definitely know what you're talking about, for sure. My college coaches, for sure, a lot of the schemes and a lot of stuff we learned there, because they taught really, really well. Yeah. They educated us on the game of football really, really well there. And then a couple high school coaches, actually, I took from, too. Torrin Johnson was one of them. And then my sophomore head coach, John Durr, was another one out in California. Those two coaches I took a lot of stuff from because they really affected me and I want to say propelled my game definitely to another level with just the way they taught and how they taught.
That's good. I mean, you look at Daryl Drake, right? He was the wide receiver coach for you?
Yes.
He was a character, right? He was a character.
I love Drake. Drake's my favorite coach forever, for life.
Really?
Yeah, I love Drake. Drake was one of those coaches. He's a player coach too. He's definitely going to get his message across and definitely coaching. He knows what he's talking about. But the way he conveys his message it makes you really like attached to him and really love the guy.
Was there moments with any of the coaches with the Chicago Bears? Take us behind the scenes, especially at the wide receiver position. I think you're the first receiver we've ever interviewed. So this is special because, like I said, I don't blow smoke. I really believed in Bernard Berrian because Bernard made me a believer. And that is the utmost compliment I can give any player. And take me behind, though. Was there accountability on you receivers? Like, listen, you ran the wrong route in front of everyone. Was this done in private? How were those situations handled under Lovey?
Oh, for sure. There were definitely Lovey didn't really come into the offense too much unless it was definitely, something needed to be said. But he let his coaches coach. We kind of took care of that and handled that within at least the offensive group as well, but definitely within your position for sure. I know there's fines for drops. We fine for anything type of mental errors, any mistakes like that. So that's just one of the ways, we kind of keep each other accountable, and just the group and just the people that were in there, that we weren't going to let things slip. Rashid in there, Moose in there, me in there. We're going to get just engaged. By the way, like we're going to get on each other.
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to hold each other accountable. Really, to be honest with you, just the peer pressure.
Yeah, that's what I was driving to get to. And I have to have peer pressure again because I totally fucking forgot about Rashid Davis, who's also been on this show. And his story is crazy. So I apologize to Rashid because he was a corner that turned receiver and slash everything Rashid did. I mean,
Yes, he did.
what a freaking story he is.
I played against
Rashid.
him in college.
Exactly. He talked about you when he was on the show that you faced off. He was on defense.
Yep, I'm sure he
You were
was.
on offense.
He was
And
a
then you're
quarterback.
playing together in the NFL on offense together. That's just think about
Yeah,
the
he came
odds of
in.
that happening.
When he got here, he came in as I was here when he got here too. He came in as a DB and he was working. And I remember we were one of the first people to talk because we played against each other in college, so we had that mutual respect for each other. And then when he transferred over, I was like, it's about time, man, because I know you can play some wide. I knew you could play wide out too. Anyway, and it was like it's about time you made it over. You've been over there killing on the scout team, so it was just really happy he came over because it was a great addition. He filled in and made a lot of great plays for us.
Yeah, he was one of those fabric players that do these things under the radar, whether it be a block, a reverse, kicking, running through the seam, making a catch on 3rd and 6. He was doing those dirty things.
Yep.
And I felt like you walked the walk. I honestly felt like you were like when I watch tape, I just see body language of effort. I call it, I know Coach Eberflus calls loafs, but I felt like you weren't, even though you played the prima donna position, I felt like you weren't. I felt like you did your best every time. And I respected that. That's why I was so disappointed that you were leaving Chicago. That's my mini vent on you.
No, I appreciate it. I respect it too. Because that's probably one of the greatest compliments you can have about for a player, individual, especially, is talking about how you view their play and to say that, I totally appreciate it. Because that's exactly how I wanted to try to play. I didn't want it to be a player that, is for giving up. Like I don't ever want that to be associated with my name. Ever. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw you. I saw you get wide open. Rex missed you. Kyle probably missed you times, but you didn't throw your hands up in the air.
Yeah, I was never that type of player anyway. So, because I know, it eventually it's gonna come. Internally, trust me, it was.
Oh yeah,
I know. That's one of the reasons why I'm thankful for Moose being there, having that veteran there, because he really kept me level headed. To be honest with you, if Moose wasn't there, I don't know how my career would have really actually turned out, because he really kept me level headed and kept me calm.
That's good to know. I mean, talk a little bit about that. I think that's important for the audience to hear that, because obviously Moose is famous for, initially coming here and making you legitimizing the Bears offense at that time. But
Sure.
Then he came out later and said, where receivers go to die. And, and then it didn't sit well with the fans, because as factual as it might be statistically, it's not what we want. Right?
No, of course not. No, it was frustrating. It really was frustrating, because I can attest to what Moose is saying, because it was really frustrating offense, and especially where Moose was coming with Jake Delhomme in the season. He had what I think a couple years in a row, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,300 plus, scoring double-digit touchdowns. So it's really, really frustrating when you come and then all of a sudden production is just damn near chopped in half. And then I'm coming in, I'm young, so I'm young gun. I'm used to, I'm getting looked at every time. I'm star, college player, whatever, this and that. Right. So that's my mentality and thinking I'm coming in. So I'm running high, he's running high. And then when the offense is just stuck in a rut the way it was, it's ultra frustrating. And being a young player, at that age, I didn't know. I knew how to handle it, but I didn't necessarily know how to handle it on a professional level. When there's money involved and all this people, or everybody's on the stage like that, and having Moose there around as a veteran, he definitely really, really kept me level headed, and saying just keep going, keep working, play through it. Don't worry, your time is coming. Don't worry about it. Trust me, your time is coming. But when it comes, I don't want you to be focused on all this other stuff that's going on, so that you miss your opportunity when your time does come.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Moose was great. Moose was great. I love
But
Moose.
that's so important because when you look at the Bears now and you see Justin Fields out there and he's got a lot of younger
Same
guys.
thing.
Exactly. And it's so important that you have that kind of leadership surrounding those receivers and the quarterback going to hear somebody telling them that. Just think about your career. What you just said there gave me goosebumps a little bit because it really showcases the class act that Moose is for doing that, as well as you being honest, saying, listen, I could have went another way if it wasn't to having him there. I don't know if Olin would let you go another way, but
I love Olin. Olin's leadership. I love Olin because Olin says things to you that really, really hold you accountable. And he says it in a way that you have to really kind of think about it. Like, I think he took a shot at me too, but what he said is, I love Olin.
Exactly.
He took a shot at me too, but he makes fucking sense. It's like he's hitting it head on. I mean, dead on it.
Olin says the things people have to hear but don't want to sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's Bernard. I was first up to bat saying Olin Kreutz, president of the Bears. Me and Kaplan went back and forth. David Kaplan. He's like, they'll never do it. He's not.
Yeah,
I go, it doesn't matter if they wouldn't do it. It's what they should do.
Yeah. I've been saying it myself too. He definitely needs to be somewhere in front office up there. He needs to.
Because even you love him or hate him, the truth, me and Olin debate back and forth about his boy Sam Mustipher. And I don't think Musty should be out there, yada, yada, yada. But we know we both come from a place where we both are fighting to improve this team because it's been years. I'm a fan in Connecticut. So I have to deal with New England in the backyard. So I don't need to hear them complaining when they have 6, 7 Super Bowl rings. And here we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to hear it. You've never lived like we have. It's like we're always almost there. Almost there. I need a guy that is going to put performance over politics. And I felt like Olin would have been the perfect guy to put in that role. And I know I've met with George. I know what McCaskey and Ted Phillips, and I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I'll just say, I don't think they can handle that kind of alpha in the room that's going to call it and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I would love for Olin to have some type of position up there, but I don't see it happening.
No. I think it went out the window when George said, take what Olin says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
When Olin was just telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh,
yeah,
listen.
I'm on the spot. Definitely on the spot.
No, I'm not putting you on the spot. We're going to change the subject now. But shout out to Olin because that's what he's about. And I love him. You played with Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton, Gus Frerotte, Dante Culpepper.
No, Donovan McNabb.
Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb,
Jeff Blake,
Shaken Blake.
Man,
Talk about first of all.
I played all kind of quarterbacks.
Let's start with
Christian
Brett
Favre.
We have to go with Brett Favre first.
All right.
Everybody's told me privately. Ask Bernard about Brett Favre. I don't know what this means, but you have to share your thoughts on Brett Favre.
That's funny. That's hilarious. So, I don't like Brett.
There it is.
Brett wouldn't throw me the ball for 2 years.
What?
2 years. So, You know, my first year after that, my first year after being in Minnesota, after signing for Anderson, my first year there, almost had 1,000 yards or whatever. I think I led the league in yards per catch too, to be honest. I think so. But so we're going in there. Brett's coming in. Now we're getting all the hoopla. It's off season. We're getting all the hoopla about Brett coming over from the Jets and all the soldier or his arm surgery and all the arm pain or whatever.
Right.
So it's what's the show? It's God, I forget the show. Pardon the interruption.
Okay,
Doing
yeah.
an interview on them. So they're asking me about Brett coming in. And I'm doing the whole ass kissing thing, whatever. He's Hall of Famer. Who wouldn't want to play with Brett? Brett's been a great quarterback, yada yada yada. But because I said, Tavares, as of right now, Tavares Jackson's our starter, and until Brett actually signs a contract, we're rolling with Tavares. Because I said that wouldn't throw me the ball for 2 years.
Oh my God, he was that.
He's that type of dude, yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Funny, hilarious, and all that other stuff, but
laughed in your face this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
3rd and 7, you wide open on a slant. He looked to the tight end.
Or yeah, pretty much, basically.
Klein Saucer.
Klein Saucer. I love Klein Saucer.
Oh my God, that dude was.
Me and Klein Saucer had lockers next to each other.
That dude was freaking built like a tank.
He is a tank for sure.
He looked like a caveman out there, right?
That is definitely. He is a Viking. Klein Saucer is a Viking for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So Brett, I can't believe that.
No, yep. I couldn't believe it when I found out too, and I was like, "Wow!" Now
the news of what he's done just showcases the kind of petty little bitch he is.
When I heard about it, the first thing I thought of was, "Oh, I remember all the funk him and Vernius Coles had when they were going through it." And
yeah, that's right.
Exactly. And I was
Jets.
like, I could see it now. Yep.
Just because you just tried to be conscientious of Tavares Jackson's feelings.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. That's how petty. That's how petty the other dude is. Saluting Bears fans on Sunday. Do you watch the NFL?
Yeah, I definitely do for sure.
So you've been paying attention to the Chicago Bears.
I have. I've been out there to a couple games.
I heard. I didn't see you there. We were there for the Detroit game. We came out
for the season opener for sure. And then also when they went to Minnesota, I was there for that game.
Do you have more allegiance for the Chicago Bears than you do with Minnesota?
I mean, yeah, I do for sure. I do for sure.
Because
I was drafted by the Bears. My brother, it's funny. I was actually a Niner fan growing up. My brother was a Chicago Bear fan. So he knows all this. Yeah, he knows all the history. And like he's a history buff. Yeah. So when I got drafted, it was really crazy in the house. I was like, what the hell? I hated Chicago, to be honest with you. Like I hated Chicago growing up as a kid because Chicago, I was a 49er fan, and during that era, Chicago was like always spoiling something for them. Yes. Push them out of first place advantage, push them out of home field or something like that. I used to be pissed at Chicago all the time. So it's funny when I got drafted. He was like, he saw the call. He's over there. He saw the call, and he was like, "Is that Lovey?" I could hear him in the back of the truck. Is that Lovey? And he was like, "So you got drafted to the Bears?" And then it just went back and forth. It was funny. It was hilarious.
Is he still a Bears fan?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's never leaving the Bears.
Got to get him on the show too sometime.
Yeah, he'll tell you way more history about the Bears than me for sure.
So let's go back to you leaving real quick because I want to just double down on Jerry Angelo. What was said by him when you went to Minnesota?
Well, I was a Jerry guy. Jerry liked me.
Yeah.
I don't think Jerry wanted to let me go. I think it was was it Cliff Stein was doing contracts at the time?
Well, he's the contract guy, but who's making the decision? We're fighting over $2 million here.
That's who I heard.
It's either Ted Phillips or Jerry Angelo that is fighting over this money. I'm telling you now. Ask your brother. Where is he?
Where is he? Yeah, Mississippi.
So Jerry Jerry wasn't involved in the negotiations.
I'm not.
Cliff
He had to,
Stein.
but I remember. I remember just hearing Cliff.
Jesus. So seriously, this is important to me. This will break some news for me. Your agent's talking to Cliff, negotiating through Cliff, saying, listen, we'll take 15 million less. We just want that, whatever it was that was guaranteed, 2 million more than they were offering. Because you listen, Bernard is keeping it 100 tonight. If you're just tuning in, we got Bernard Berrian, former Chicago Bear, wide receiver number 80, B twice, California Cool. He's got all these nicknames. All he wanted was security. And when you're dealing with a football contract, they can just let you go if you don't have that guaranteed money. So you were fighting not for the salary and the showcase on Sports Center, but for your security.
Basically, yeah, for sure.
And that blew the deal up.
That's right.
It sucks because I'll tell you, Thomas Jones came on here telling me straight up, it's him and Jerry and Lovey in there, and literally brought to tears. He almost brought me to. He's another guy. Like, how the fuck are you trading him out of town? Like, you're nuts.
That was a big one.
Oh my God.
That was a big one.
Greg Olson. Were you close with him?
Yeah, I loved Greg when he came in. Greg was a rookie when I was my third year, I think.
Third year. I think it was your third.
Third year, yeah.
They ended up trading him out. Every big play guy we had ends up going out. You, Thomas, Greg. It's like, you want to pass. Talk about Rex Grossman. What were your thoughts about him?
Well, for me, I like Rex because Rex had the arm to sustain and help do what I do, so it made it easy for me.
Right.
But I'm just some of the decision making, a little careless with the ball.
Yeah.
But other than that, I loved Rex. I've always said, I liked Rex. I definitely like Rex's style of play is conducive for what I do.
Right. He can throw the ball down the field, even though Craig Krenzel actually hit you on a deep ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a true story. Were you shocked when it came down?
No, I was happy. Like, let's get in the end zone. We in here. We are in here.
You were a big fan of the deep ball, as you should be, because that's what you did well. But in all honesty, I got to ask you about Grossman for another question. In the huddle, you're in the huddle with these guys. Obviously, you talked about Brett Favre. He's a POS, piece of shit. Rex Grossman, the leader. How was he in the huddle? Were you a believer in it? Did you ever feel like you believed in any of the quarterbacks that the Bears were in the huddle with? Kyle Orton.
It wasn't that it wasn't a feel of unbelief. I think it's just, just the jitters. You can definitely sense like the jitters. You know what I mean? If that makes more sense.
It does make sense.
You didn't think, oh, there's unbelief, oh, they can't get it done or anything like that. It's just more I think that the jitters are nervous. I think with Kyle, just because he was just so young for sure, and coming into that situation, it is definitely a nervous and jittery situation. And then just Rex, I think just his style of play, just the way, the turnovers, he kind of careless with the ball a little bit. I think that's what it is. I remember a lot of times in the huddle, I had to call plays. A lot of times I'd make sure I'd make sure I knew the signals. Yeah, so I'd call the plays and finish the play out and spit it out for him. But it's just things like that. Just to make sure the offense ran smoothly and we executed the play that was called.
That's crazy. I never heard that before. You are calling plays in there.
I'm not calling plays, just making sure he's saying the right. Yeah, because
you had to help him with the terminology.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot of spit out there. Who were your offensive coordinators? Ron Turner,
Terry O'Shea.
Terry O'Shea.
Yeah.
Terry O'Shea. Ole O'Shea.
I think that was it. I want to say there was one. If there was one, there was one more, but I think that was it. It was Ron Turner and Terry. When I got there, it was Terry, and then Ron came. Yeah, that was it.
You weren't there for Mike Martz.
No, I didn't have Marks.
Trying to think if there was somebody else with Lovey. Am I drawing a blank there?
No, that was it.
That was
Oh,
it.
with Lovey. No, who else was there? Who's after Marks?
Mike Tice.
There it is. Yes.
Mike Tice. Was he there with you?
Nah.
Okay. Who did your brother root for when you were with the Vikings? The Bears or you?
Oh, the Bears for sure.
I love this dude. I gotta be.
I told you the serious Bears fan. You have no idea.
My son's a Bears. He's a big David Montgomery fan, a Bears fan, a Justin Fields. You know, he's that. And he asked me, Daddy, if I play at Ohio State and then I go to the Packers, will you cheer for the Bears or the Packers? I said, I'm always going to cheer for you, but I'm going to be cheering for the Bears.
For the Packers. There we go. There you go.
Yeah. A couple more things, man. You're watching Justin Fields now. Let's take it to the now. You look at this receiver and core. You got Chase Claypool. They traded for a second-round pick. Obviously, Darnell Mooney injured, but I like the comparison between you two. The speed over the top, not afraid to make a play, catches with his hands, can track the ball. All the things I saw in you. Fearless blocker for his size. It's unbelievable, actually. And then you got Byron Pringle.
Yeah.
You got Byron Pringle. You got St. Brown. And who else do we have on this roster right now? When you look at this team, how do you assess the talent surrounded by Justin Fields? Honestly,
they definitely could get. They need one more big play receiver. They get one more big play receiver. The talent around him, at least in the receiver position, I think is solid for sure. Chase, I like Chase. I like to pick up on Chase. I think he's good, and definitely for right now, a number one. If not a number one, definitely a solid number for sure. A number two, for sure. Like I said, if they pick up another big play receiver, either through the draft or free agency, I'll be definitely satisfied with that. A lineman would be awesome to have to protect Justin a little bit more too, as well. I think that would be great. As far as the backfield, Montgomery and then
Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert. He just got hurt though, didn't he?
He's out for the year. He's out for the year.
I like Montgomery. Montgomery is really nice. He's special back there too as well. So, and then as long as they keep progressing and like I said, they get another big play receiver out there, then they can really open up the field, open up the offense a little bit more. I like what they're doing with the style of how they're running the ball. You know, Justin's not taking too much of a punishment the way they're running it right now. And the way he's running it right now, he's just really showcasing his talents right now. So, I mean, like, I've always said Justin was going to be a great player. I've always known. I never doubted that. Now I'm glad that everybody else is getting to see that out there in the world and not really doubt that, okay, Chicago's got a quarterback. We know we have a quarterback. Now just give it the pieces to go out there and really be successful. And I think Poles he's doing that. I think he's actually doing a great job. He's excessive. He's moving the chessboard, moving the pieces around on the chessboard to get Chicago in position to make a legitimate run. And with the picks I think that we got now, I'd be interested to see how we finish out this season and see what we do, what direction we're headed with this season, to see how many more picks we can probably pick up or how the offseason is going to turn out. I feel like we do have a lot of cap money, so we can go out and spend too as well. So
yeah, there's a lot of money in the cap. Right now they hold the second overall pick in the draft based on where they are with 4 games left. They got the bye week coming up. There's 3 receivers I missed in N'Keal Harry. Okay, they traded for a 7th round pick he was former 1st round pick for New England. And then you got Dante Pettis. And then you got the rookie, Velus Jones. How about Velus? What are your thoughts on Velus Jones? Older rookie, 25 years old, out of Tennessee. It's been used. He had the big drop in Dallas. I was there. What are your thoughts, especially like giving advice? This kid's a rookie coming in here. A lot of fans are down on him.
Yeah, they are.
He obviously fumbled 2 critical punts, one against the Giants, then again, what was the game? The Commanders game. He muffed the punt, remember? Inside the 10. They ended up getting a touchdown on that. That ended up winning the game for the Commanders. But your thoughts on, should fans give up on somebody like this in your mind? How do you assess this
Nah, never. Definitely don't give up on him until he's not on the team anymore. When he's on the team, not only on the team, then you can give up on him. But like I said, he's still young. He just rookie coming in. He's young, so he's getting tossed in there a lot. He's seeing some action, so he probably just hasn't picked up the speed of the game yet, and he's just still feeling it out. I'm pretty sure, like now that he's getting the experience of it later on in the season, I'm sure he's going to turn around because he's going to keep playing. He's going to keep doing what he's capable of doing. They wouldn't have him in there if he wasn't capable of doing what he can do. So it's just a matter of him turning that leaf and finally picking it up and then saying, okay, now I can take off and I can go.
Well, talk about that. It's just smacked me in the head. Like, as a rookie coming into the NFL, what is that like? So you can, I don't care if he's 25, he's still a rookie. He's never played in the NFL, and he's obviously still learning the position. That kind of, I don't know what Terry Shea's offensive playbook looked like back then, but how hard is it to just terminology wise for somebody?
That's the thing. That's where it's hard to say sometimes, and that's why I try. You can't really give up on a player because you never know what their learning curve is, what the person's curve is, how fast they actually pick things up. For me, it wasn't really hard at all. Pick things up kind of quickly, so I was able to, okay, we can move with this. So I'm not really thinking out there on the field. I can actually just go play. But that's one of the things he might be out there thinking a little bit too much. He can't just go, read and react, react, go. He's out there actually having to think and process all the, okay, now I can go. And it's too late, especially at this level. You have no time for that at all. It's definitely react, go. There's no time to think at all. It's got to be reaction and pretty much intuition or a feel for whatever's going on. But I think that's just the problem with him where he's at right now. Once he gets past that and picks that up, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be electric.
Yeah, he one thing he doesn't lack is toughness and speed. So
yes.
He's got the foundation of those two things, and I think you're 100% right. That's why I'm pissed. Well, I shouldn't be pissed because we actually hit it. You actually hit it out of the park, because I think fans need to understand, sometimes even myself, a little bit more patience is in order with somebody like this who's uber talented and athletic. There's no questioning his speed.
Yeah.
But the game for Bernard, I mean, Fresno State, let's just be honest, they prepared you for the NFL because they ran a pro scheme and they threw the ball around the park.
For sure. We had David Carr back there.
David Carr was slinging it back then. Is the head coach still there?
No, it was Pat Hill at the time.
Pat Hill was a great coach. I always respect. Did you like Coach Hill?
Yeah, he was definitely a good coach. He definitely knew how to get the troops galvanized. He for sure just knew how to get the dogs ready to play. He was good.
It's perfect segue to where I want to talk about Coach Eberflus. So I know we've had you here. I got a few more questions, and I think Claudio and Ivan have questions from the chat or anything like that. And then we have some fun questions for you. But I want to talk about Coach Eberflus for a second under the guides of what you said about Coach Hill, galvanizing the troops. How important. Here we are, and I'll just share my truth because I said it before you. I was venting before you came on, and I totally apologize if I offended you. But I was so fired up because I feel like Coach Eberflus, he has stated this culture of loafs and hits and accountability and get your track shoes on. And then after every week, when you've lost 6 in a row or you've lost in a disappointing fashion, he comes out with a laundry list of positives and he starts reading them off before the presser even begins. We did really great in the first half. I'm happy with it. And he's reading off this list. And me as a coach, I cringe because I'm like, you just lost again. Now I was praying that he wouldn't do it against Green Bay, up 19-10 in the fourth, and then you lost again, and fucking Aaron Rodgers is fucking saluting, and now you're coming out with the list of positives again. So
I think
go ahead.
I think that's actually him. I think that's actually him being pretty savvy, to be honest with you. I've heard some good things about Eberflus, so I don't really know him too well, but I've heard some good things about Eberflus. But I think that's him kind of being pretty savvy and just trying to speak positive, like this is what we did positive in the game. We still got some things to work on, of course. Obviously, we know that, but this is the positive that we did see and that did come out of that game. I'm sure when they get back to the meeting room, he's letting them have it and let them for sure know all the negatives, and they're hearing an earful of what they did wrong and everything about that. But I think that's just so that, you know, the team's morale is still, because it's pretty kind of obvious. You know, this is a rebuilding year. It's obvious, and it's not hard to say it. It's not. So they want to try to keep the team's morale up and still spirited and still, you know, ready to go out there and play when they need to play.
Wow. Listen, I want to know in the chat if you're feeling what Bernard's selling there with Coach Eberflus. No, I'm serious. It's a good point you're making. Something I hate. This is my personality. I've seen it too long, that the glass half full coach.
Yeah.
That, to me, I can't get down with that. But maybe you're right. This might be a strategy for this, what, Generation X, is it?
Let's say that. I would hope so, for sure.
Let's bring on Claudio, the number one Rex Grossman fan in the world, right here.
In the world. I'm the only one in his fan club. I'm the one guy. What's up? What's up, B Twice? What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Good, bro. Thanks
Our
for coming
producer,
on.
Ivan Vargas, and we got Lady Bear, Cherie, in the house.
Sure. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. How you?
We're so glad he's here. Sexy Rexy. There was a bunch of. Go ahead, Claudio.
No. Well, talking about Grossman, you talked about some of your other quarterbacks you played with. Who is your favorite quarterback that you played with? Not just on the Bears, on any team.
No, yeah, my favorite was Rex.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just on the Bears. There you go.
Wow.
That's awesome. Love it.
Wow, Claudio's happy.
See,
right?
they say I'm his biggest fan. I was his biggest defender. I'm a barber, right? So every Monday after the games, I would get all these people. I live in Connecticut, so I get all these people that all they would see is the highlights on ESPN and everybody bashing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was always so
show him behind you.
Oh, behind me. Where is it? No.
Move you.
Now,
You
got to move out of the way.
I gotta show him. There he is. There he is.
He's got the Rex Grossman.
I got the Grossman on the mannequin.
He's got
no,
the
but
Grossman.
listen. So my whole thing was just like after that season, that Super Bowl season was pretty much his first season. The other seasons he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Thomas Jones. They didn't bring in any other receivers to help you out and to help the offense out. That was my issue, right? I mean, how did he feel about that? Was that an issue with him that they didn't feel like the team was trying to make the offense better around him?
No, I'm pretty sure that was probably, for sure. He had an issue with that because it was like, you know what I mean, all the pieces that he had, you're slowly watching him just walk away until, you know, he's gone, and then you get Jay Cutler, and then you finally start seeing some offensive pieces coming in. But before that, everybody was leaving. That was actually had something to do or was a big part on the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ivan, you had a question for him?
No, I was just really appreciative of what you did on the Bears. I don't really necessarily have a question, but yeah, I remember a couple times where Rex didn't throw you the ball, and I'm screaming, "Throw the Bernard's open!" I'm like, so there was a few times where I was like, man,
more
Rex,
than a few.
Yeah, more than a few where I'm like, man, Rex, come on, Bernard's open. But no, I appreciate what you did. being a younger kid in Chicago, watching the run that you guys had on that team, it was really awesome. So I everything you did, I appreciate how you played, like Phil has mentioned. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that too as well, man. I really do.
Lift for pancakes. BB, you had one of the best catches I've ever seen against the Vikings. The one where you fake like you were going to jump and you jump behind the guy for a touchdown. Do you remember this play that he's talking about?
Let me see. It was against the Vikings?
Yeah, you were on the Bears. You fake like you were going to jump and you went behind him and ended up catching it behind him. He's talking about. He doesn't remember. Even if you don't remember, I will ask a question off of this. Is there one play? I always ask every player that comes on, is there one play you wish you had back?
Ooh. That Super Bowl, that Super Bowl pick, Bomb Sanders.
Oh.
We land that. It's lights out. Sorry, Super Bowl win. Sorry, Colts. Bye-bye. It's over. We land that, it's over. Because I think we're up by like at least 2-3 scores.
Yes. Oh my God. I forget that.
Sorry.
Broke my heart again, Bernard.
Hey, I got another question for you. It's more about the Bears today, but also about your opinion. So there's a lot of talk in Bears, the Bears Twitter, Bears world, that we're tanking right now, that we're purposely trying to lose, or there's play calls being. So one, do you think that's happening right now with the Bears? And two, have you ever been on a team where you felt that was happening?
I've never been on a team where I felt that was happening. No. Yeah, I haven't. We're always in the run, or at least making a run to the playoffs. Or always in the playoffs. So at least so I've never experienced that. The tanking here with Chicago, I can't say yet. I really want to see what comes on. Like especially since Fields has been playing like this last week, he's been injured, and they were kind of questionable about him playing or not. If they were tanking, he definitely wouldn't have been playing. He definitely wouldn't have been. So
exactly. That's
I definitely don't think they're tanking right now.
I had my doubts against the Jets. There was some questionable things, but there was no way. Just why some of the coaching calls we can all get fired up about, but
sure.
Other than that, let me ask you the best player you ever played against.
Ooh.
Gave you the hardest of times.
Gave me the hardest of times.
No, it wasn't. Might have been Brett Favre, for God's sake.
I don't know. Yeah.
Only one to shut him down.
Who was it? You know what? Dwayne Wright, or not? Dwayne Wright he played with Cleveland with the Browns at the time, and then even though I still had like 100-yard game, but Asante Samuel, he was something else. I ain't gonna lie.
Asante Samuel,
yeah,
he would drive people nuts. But you did. You played your best against the best. That's one of the things I had written down about you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that is pretty sure. I can't say that. When it was time to show up, for sure, I definitely showed up.
Let me ask you this off of Brett Favre. I'd be remiss. I would be upset if I didn't. Did you ever go to him and question him, confront him, say, yo?
So they never told me this until he was already gone.
Okay.
I found this out until he was gone. So, and then we never crossed paths. I'm not going to Mississippi where he's at or whatever. And I'm definitely not paying no money to go say, hey, what the hell, and talk to me, whatever, anything like that. So no, it's never came up really.
Oh, so even when you were playing, you just went through just playing your hardest.
Yep.
That's crazy. That makes it even worse for me.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I internalized it. I thought it was me. Yeah.
I don't want to bring back old memories
because it affects. See that BS
the whole
affects
team.
you. It affects your play. It affects
him.
how you feel. Affects it. That's ridiculous.
I appreciate you keeping it 100 about that. Seriously.
Yeah, I think I've been out the game long enough where I don't care anymore.
Hey, but it's the truth. This is keeping it 100. I'm so glad you're just tuning in. I know Mike V is just came in late, is pissed. And he loves BB, but you're gonna want to check it out. We got the great Bernard Berrian, number 80, Chicago Bear. He still says we when he's talking about the Bear. That's how I know he's not blowing smoke and BSing. He feels it. And I asked him a lot of questions. I feel like I have to apologize again because I dropped the ball in getting so angry in my rant that I didn't introduce you the right way. Bernard's like, I thought I fucked up in the intro of his video. I'm like, oh, I produced this great video for him, I thought.
That's literally the guest's first thing is always like, man, that was the best intro ever. And you're like, yo, that intro sucks.
Bernard, I think I love you even more now.
He was keeping it 100 though, right off the bat.
Got my size, guys. Okay, I'm sensitive.
Hey, listen, I was trying to make the point about how
definitely got it for sure.
Just the eyeball test. I swear to God, I'm not blowing smoke on you tonight, Bernard. I'm reading.
I totally believe it.
No, this story I'm about to tell you fits perfectly. My son is 8. We're doing a reading assignment at school. He's at a new school, so he's like, I don't know if I like this school, yada yada. So I'm working with him. And his brother have twins. They're both 8, obviously. Okay. So the other twin brother says something about his homework, and my son goes, "You can never tell a book by its cover. That's what my teacher says, right, Daddy?" I go, "You know what? You're 100% right." And I started to tell him the story of you.
Oh, look
so I was fully in a rant tonight, and I was going to tell that story to set the tone. And I just, he's here. We got to go. And we got to go. So I owe you the apology.
No, I like that, actually. I like that. Feels
Never
good.
Judge a book by its cover. There's Bernard Berrian. Bernard, Tupac or Biggie? I already feel like I already know.
Come on the West Coast, man. Come on, man.
You know he's going to answer Tupac. Come on.
That's why I said I already know. We ask everybody these questions. Marvel or DC?
Marvel for sure.
Is there a favorite Marvel movie you got?
Ooh, I am a Spider-Man fan. I like the Spider. What's it Into the Spider-Verse or whatever?
The latest
multiverse. Into the multiverse.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
They can just cheat now. They have all these different layers of.
Yeah, they can do anything.
Yeah, they could do anything now. Are you a Chicago style pizza guy or a New Haven style pizza?
I would say New Haven.
Yes.
So he knows about the New Haven.
He knows.
Right?
He knows. See? I respect this dude.
Yes.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, PlayStation.
Oh, yes. iPhone or Galaxy?
Oh, you guys are going to get all mad on this one.
Oh, here we go.
Galaxy all day, baby.
Yes.
Oh, Team
We're in the green squad, the green bubble squad.
He's ruining the chat.
He's always ruining the fucking chat.
Talking about you ruin the chat.
Yeah, I ain't joining the cult, right? Right, Bernard? We ain't joining the cult.
You know,
fuck that shit. Lying up outside of fucking stores and shit.
Oh, is there any questions I missed for Bernard? All right.
I think
I have one favor, Bernard. We always ask. I have a favor.
Oh,
we always ask our guests to do a station ID, and what that is you say who you are, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. So you can say however you want. Like, I know it took Akeem Hicks 11 takes, in all honesty. Olin hit it out in 1 take. Zorich, he needed a whole fucking script. I had to write out a script for him. But however you want, the former Chicago Bear, number 80, keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. He froze for a second. Was someone calling you or something? Your brother was calling. Like, get me on the show. We got to get your brother on the show.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty good. It'd be a history show for sure.
Yes. So are you cool to do that?
To what? Get him on? You talking about?
No.
Oh no,
That-
you might have not heard. You might not have
Oh,
heard. of,
did you not hear me? The station ID.
Oh yeah.
So I just count you down 3, 2. We put you solo like this, and then I go 3, 2, 1, and then you go, yo, this is number 80 catching touchdowns from Sexy Rexy. Whatever you say. I'm just having fun. So whenever you're ready, and then you say, I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Yep.
You got it?
Gotcha.
He's ready. Hold on. Let me check the background. There we go. Is that a good background, Ivan?
yeah, that's good.
All right. You ready, B?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's me twice. Your boy Bernard Berrian, number 80 from the Chicago Bears, keeping it 100 on the Tape That Never Lies Network.
There you go. One take. Bernard Berrian.
I've done this before, baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised. My wife goes, I'm surprised he's not an actor. He's a good looking guy.
So remember Bubba? From what's
Bubba?
the
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump?
Well,
Bubba
not Forrest
Shrimp?
Gump. Not Forrest Gump, Bubba. But Bubba from God, what's that?
What?
Griffin?
What?
What?
You gotta call up Thomas Jones. Thomas Jones will get you on his show.
Yeah, for real though. Seriously, he's doing
Thomas
good.
Jones and you.
As long as Cherie's happy, I'm happy.
As long as Cherie's happy, he's happy. We have a bunch of drops.
Yeah.
But when you see this,
Oh,
what do you think of when you see that?
I want to do my actually I want to go up there and do this. My touchdown celebration.
Oh my God!
I
Listen,
guess that's a question. I'm sorry. I know I'm
go
late
ahead.
to party, but that's now that I think about that. How did you feel about that rivalry when you had to play Green Bay?
Good question.
Well, it was the for real rivalry. Like I just posted on my post, what's the name? Zoom. He was in a athletic store, and there was a bunch of Packers stuff folded up, and he took it and slid it off the counter onto the floor. And I was like, that's how serious.
Yes.
That's how serious the rivalry is. I was like, I love it.
But I love that y'all still feel that way too.
I coached with a Packers lover too. I feel like I kept telling him like, nah, one of my good friends was a Packer fan. I was like, you terrible, bro. I don't know like, what is there to like about what made you like Green Bay? Like for real.
Ugliest uniform you've
They
ever
wear
seen.
cheese on their fucking head.
Cheese on their head.
Who does that? Like for real. Like that's just
Their stadium is so hyped. I start to vomit. I'm like,
I'm married to a Packers fan, Bernard. So it was crazy. Like look, when we met, I didn't know. And then I was like, I can't really go nowhere now. Like I'm stuck. So I was like, it is what it is. She converted my daughter already, but she's not getting my son. She ain't gonna get my son, so it's all good.
Oh
Like,
no! I thought she was gonna get you for a second.
No, she says I'm the worst Bear fan ever because I'll go up there like during the games. If like, we're never like recently, it hasn't been great, but I'll go up there and I'll still talk some shit. If they're losing, I'll be like, hey, how they doing? Oh. I already know because I'm watching downstairs. So I gotta talk that. I gotta talk that trash. So.
If a woman changes you as a man to a fan of another team, bro, can't happen.
Y'all wouldn't want me to convert somebody to a Bears fan?
Hell no. Like, I got two teams. I hate those dudes, right? How can I ever? I know dudes that have changed their fandom.
I know dudes too. I'll be like, how you do that?
Exactly. I don't even know. It's not in my DNA.
But wait, we do root for two teams. We root for the Bears and anybody that's playing the fucking Packers.
See, that's why like now people get upset with me now because I tell them I'm a 49er fan. I still root for the Bears and like that I root for, but I'm a Niner fan.
Yeah, you were a
Like,
Niner fan before you became a Bear. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Like I don't know how to switch. I had a close friend switch from it was a basketball team from the Suns when the Suns were good.
Yeah.
And then they started being terrible. We switched from the Suns to OKC, and I was like, "You ain't no OKC fan. Like, stop cheering for them. I don't want to hear that shit." Like,
exactly.
So you must have been torn week 1, huh? Niners versus Bears.
Oh no, I wasn't. I knew who to go. I mean, I knew who to go for, but I was going to say I had my Bears equipment. I had all my Bears gear on, but I knew I was going for. I couldn't say it.
No, I respect.
I was really silent.
I actually, for any fan that's gonna hate on BB here, B twice, because as a child he grew up being a freaking Niners fan.
It was just,
and that's where your pride was. I respect the shit out of that.
It's everything on TV. They were the only people on TV.
I could imagine you said your brother's a big Bears fan, so I can imagine that rivalry. Like you said, you mentioned it before, like that rivalry had to have been like, you know how brothers could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how brothers.
My older brother too.
Oh man. So yeah, definitely.
What's his name? Yeah. What's his name?
Tony.
I gotta shout out Tony Berrian.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta shout him out. I definitely will have to keep in touch.
Former Navy, actually. Sorry, Navy.
Thank you. Thank him for his service. Well, Army Navy game this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll probably might be there. I gotta call him actually now. He might go there.
Look, I honestly would advise anybody that loves the game of football, which is you, Bernard. If you've never been to an Army Navy game, honestly, without even a rooting interest, it is the most amazing emotional experience.
Oh yeah, is it?
Oh my God. The rivalry and the passion, even before they walk out in a silent walkout, you can't hear a pin drop on both sides. The cadets come out. It's silent. It is almost I think about it, I get emotional. Prior to walking into the stands. And then the whole game, they're breaking each other's balls on the big boards with a commercial taking shots at Navy. After every timeout, then there's a new one. All through, but it is an emotion because those seniors, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. So it's just like, wow. I tell everybody, if you do one thing, I've been to Bears, Packers, Lambeau, Soldier, great rivalry. I've been to Yankees, Red Sox. I'm telling you, Army, Navy.
Yeah, these Army clowns in the chat already going off.
What?
Yeah, these Army clowns in the chat. Go Navy, beat Army.
Go
You're a
Army.
Navy guy.
Go
Both
Navy.
of our
Beat Army.
Lady Bear and Ivan have both served.
Yeah.
Both
Space
Navy.
Force. Space Force.
Space Force. Well, hey,
Claudio has
the
served
Navy,
in the World Cup.
The Navy uniforms are dope. They're dope this year. They got the little astronaut on the helmet and stuff. So they really go out for these uniforms. So I really like them. But
they do go out for you.
Listen, I don't want to keep you longer. I had a blast with you tonight. We got to keep this up and bring you back again. I apologize for starting on the bad foot.
The skinny foot.
The low foot. The light foot. It's been an emotional night for me tonight. But you honestly got me out of the losing of the Bears. Our guy tonight, we asked everybody, he couldn't be here. He did text me to remind me, hey, let him know he did catch a deep ball from Craig Krenzel. That was his stat that I was sharing. That's my partner that usually me and him do the interviews together, but his father is still in surgery, having open heart surgery at 83 years old. So they're waiting. So this has been a tough night for TTNL and our guy, Shane Marsaw. So we're asking everybody in the chat, all the TTNL fans, to send positive energy, prayer, and all of that towards Shane and his family and his father. Appreciate that. But we've kept our guy too long. Unless you want to stay, you can always stay. I've had guest stay the whole show and play the games with us and all that, but I don't want to kick you out. You've been such a great guest. I see the fans like, wow, it started off rough, and now it was the greatest interview ever. So I'm glad it turned around. I'm really a good person.
Bernard, I have to tell you, you were my favorite. My first jersey that I purchased with my own money was yours.
Wow.
You got to let you know.
My first love.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, I didn't want to, man. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't want to leave Chicago. I swear to God, I didn't want to leave Chicago. I want to stay so bad because it's so like that city is awesome for one. If it wasn't, I tell people now to this day, if it didn't get so freaking cold, I'd live there.
Trust me.
Oh yeah, Cali boy can't handle that.
Don't tell my wife this. I'm trying to convince her.
Yeah, this shit. The first day, quick story. First day in Chicago, or I lived in Gurnee, but the first time I experienced the snow, fucked me up. Late to practice. So I come out, my house has windows everywhere around. So it's a bright, sunny day. Me, California kid, thinking, oh, sun's out. All right, nice, cool. Whatever. My truck is parked in the garage, so it's already warm. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Hop in the garage. Then I hit the garage door opener. Ton of snow falls in the fucking garage. I'm not used to this. So I'm like, all right, snowblower. I'm looking around the garages. There were like somebody's gonna leave one in here, looking for a shovel. Don't have one. So I'm like, shit, how am I gonna get to work? I'm gonna be late. So I run over my next door neighbor. He opens the door, doesn't speak a lick of English. So I'm like, damn.
Oh my God. Oh no.
So I just start sitting like, shovel? You have shovel? And he says, yeah, he has one. So I'm like, all right, cool. I asked, like, can I borrow it? He says, yeah. So I start back. I start shoveling. I'm getting done. I'm not making a dent. All of a sudden, I break his shovel. So I'm like, oh man, you got to be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. I'm already like an hour late to practice. So this fine is getting really hefty now. So I'm like, all right, I'll run down to like the little store outlet around the corner. It's about a mile run. So I'm running with this not with the broken shovel, but I'm running down to get the store quick as I can. Go over there, buy 2 shovels because I got to replace his. Run back, give him his shovel, say, hey, thank you for letting me use your shovel. Then go back and try to shovel as much so I can damn freaking get out. I was like 3.5 hours late to practice. Like that.
Lovey was fired up.
Man, how much was that fine?
Oh my God, it was like 1570 or something like 15. I want to say it was like 1570 or something like that.
1570? Wow.
1570, yeah, something like that.
Damn.
Oh man.
I should just missed the day.
Should just bought a snowblower.
You couldn't call and say, listen, I'm stuck in
run a mile with a snowblower, Claude? Come on.
Yeah.
Claude. He's running a mile with a snowblower.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I gotta get going now.
Bernard Berrian. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
we got to do this
All right,
again.
fellas. Appreciate
we have you on
Thank you
again with your brother. That would be funny.
I'll try to see what he says.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.
Please.
Bernard Berrian.
Awesome.
Hey, we turned it around, Cherie.
Yeah.
Even I felt it. I'm like, what did I do? I don't even remember how I said it in transition because I was just in the thought.
You called him skinny. You kind of went at him.
Yeah.
He was skinny. You said he was this.
I was trying to say this, well, I've said it enough. But yeah, I dropped the ball there.
That's all right. It turned out really good.
It turned out really good, yeah.
It ends up being a classic TTNL moment again. Unbelievable. I really enjoyed that. It honestly took me out of all this energy that we've been dealing with. So much going on with TTNL as well as the Bears. Just even Bernard saying we bet, that just says a lot about him and the person that he is, but also how we all feel. Losing is not fun, but when you lose to the Packers, I don't know where that ranks in losing. It's the worst. What isn't the worst is when Cherie does her reads, because we have two more surprise guests. A cut it out, and then bear up, bear down real quick, and then there's no game this week. But you fans are here supporting TTNL. Oh my God!
Uh-oh. Got a special
This
guest.
guy's here.
Look at this
Where
guy.
were you?
I was in the background, man.
You
know
almost
me.
let me fumble the whole interview.
I was looking for a new partner when I saw the way that Bernard Berrian.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, damn! I might have to fucking see how much I can buy Brawl Network off eBay for. Start my own thing.
How's everything going?
It's going good, yeah. Everything went real late. He got out. Like I said, I haven't been able to talk to him or anything like that. My mom did get to see him roll by to ICU, but yeah, it was pretty intense few hours. Went in at 2:30 and got out about 9:40.
Oh my
So
God.
it was a real long one, and my dad's not 45 years old anymore, so you never know. It was a pretty stressful day, to say the least. Phil, you and I talked earlier,
right?
And Hila's not somebody that gets very emotional or lets her emotions show too much, and she was struggling here tonight when I called you and said it probably wouldn't be a great idea for me to come on. But yeah, no, he ended up doing a quadruple bypass, and then he had 2 blockages, and they ran into some other issues along the way. But now, we start the road to recovery. So we'll see how that goes. And like I said, we just keep our heads down, and sun comes up tomorrow and we attack the day. We just keep on repeating that, and at some point we'll bear the fruits of our labor, I guess, as they say.
Well, I'm just glad you jumped on. I honestly didn't
Yeah, I'm
know.
definitely not staying. I'm definitely not staying for the
Yeah,
show.
I was just telling.
I am
just gonna
beat.
say.
Yeah.
Why don't you say hello to Cherie and her Yoko read? You want to
Yeah.
do the read tonight for Cherie before you leave?
No, I definitely don't. I wanted to prove to everybody that if I have something going on, I actually show up to the show, unlike Bradger. 2 weeks in a row.
Love it. That's all you came on for, was just a fucking day.
What's Jackal's story tonight? Too many shows last week. He's hungover.
He was getting his boys fitted for a Morocco jersey.
Yeah. He was at a little league board meeting. That's what he said he was at.
A board
Literally.
meeting.
Hasn't even snowed yet, and motherfuckers getting ready for spring baseball.
Hold on. We have to meet at baseball in December.
Was it at the
guys-
VFW and stuff? You got a big
Dog
long
ate his-
table.
the dog ate his homework. The dog ate his homework.
Sorry, Jackal.
Yeah, but
Tried,
I
but-
will.
All right.
I'm gonna bounce out of here and let you guys handle the show. I know you can do it up just fine. You guys don't need me around here. I'm gonna go upstairs and hop in the shower.
Rest. You don't sound too good, too.
Call it a
He's
day.
tired.
Yeah,
He's got a cold. He's been
It's
living.
been a
Messed
long
up.
few days, and I gotta host that fucking Cars Keys show tomorrow with 3 other patrons. So that's gonna be fun. But now it's all that shit is therapeutic, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But love you guys. Just want to stop in real quick. I heard Cherie's music playing. I said, "Oh boy, I better hop in there before she starts going down the rabbit hole."
Before
with
the
that one.
read takes 45
Yeah,
minutes.
Right.
Let's
So,
make it a short read tonight, Cherie.
but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Love you guys. Have fun.
Shane,
Love you, Shane.
so glad to hear. Thanks for jumping on. We love you. And,
Absolutely.
take care of the family.
Oh yeah. No.
Let mom know we were asking for her too.
Right.
There's
Anyways.
nothing worse than your loved one passing by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I've been in that situation, watching my daughter go to open heart surgery.
Oh,
and
did
you're
it.
so helpless.
Yeah, when Riley
You've
went
done
for
it
his
with
surgery
Riley.
last year,
Ivan's done it.
You watch him push down that corridor, and
Oh
you
my
know
God.
that
You're helpless.
Everything's out of your fucking hands. and you're just
Exactly.
sitting there holding your cell phone. You're like, what's next? But yeah. So I'll get out of here. Let
Go sleep.
Cherie do her read. You guys have some fun, and we'll be back tomorrow night on Cars Keys. Locked up real tight.
Check the button.
Yeah.
See if it's locked.
I will sign off the only way I know how to sign off, and that's this way.
Unless that dragon was fucking a goat.
That's a funny one.
Shane Marsaw. See? It was therapeutic. I always believe in positive energy, sending it. There's no scripts here. I'll just say this before the read because I'll end up forgetting to say and I'll be mad. Talking to Shane several times today, including before the show, just drives home the importance of we get one life and family. So to worry so much about what he's having to deal with and then come on the show was very, very hard, to be honest. And Bernard, and then that, what a weight lifted off. Anyway, I'm so happy for you, Shane. Sleep well, bro. You've been through it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people that have been through as much as he has. Maybe Jackal and Bratcher in their meetings.
Jeepers creepers.
When he said a board meeting, I fucking was like, what?
Those things are known to go late into the night. I'll tell you.
Sorry, Cherie.
This is fine.
Are you a fan of shaven balls, Cherie? Yes, you are.
'Tis the season for clean balls. La 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 la.
Oh, shit.
Look at you.
Our friends at Manscaped are helping you clear your driveway for safe travel this holiday season.
We both were doing. Sorry, Cherie.
Oh,
I'm trying to move you over, and Ivan's trying to move you, so it's putting me back over there. Don't worry, on the podcast, we're talking about
as cars always
camera.
say, clean it up and post.
We can't. These are all live. We're not like other shows that record their shit, try to get it right, and then upload it. We're actually here live. This is me. Let me tap.
I'm in space.
I'm in space.
From stocking stuffers to white elephants, Manscaped's products are at the top of every wish list. Grab some crop mops for your pop or the body buffer for the holiday lover. Win this year's white elephant gift and help all the men in your life go from eggnog to nice hog this December by going to manscaped.com and using Yoko for 20% off plus free shipping. I love all.
She does. 20%
Manscaped
off.
is a one-stop shop for all your holiday needs. They have the perfect gift in the Platinum Package 4.0, plus loads of little presents perfect for stocking stuffers. What better holiday gift than giving the gift of good hygiene and a few laughs? Manscaped offers a handful of their liquid formulation, shampoos, body washes, upstairs and downstairs deodorant, gels, exfoliants, absolutely everything they need to keep it clean. Don't let their chestnuts roast in the wrong boxes. Get them a pair of Manscaped boxers, especially made to keep the area cool and provide holiday comfort all year round.
I got it up.
Dad has nasty nose hair. Save his life with the Weed Marker nose and ear hair trimmer. The Shears 2.0 is their full kit for nail care with scissors, clippers, tweezers, and a file for the traveling man. There's also a new Persevere cologne that brings a light, breezy, woodsy feel and gives that fresh scent after the holidays are over.
Rustic.
Top off the stocking with the crown jewel for their family jewels, the Lawnmower 4.0. The electric razor's advanced skin safe technology is a life changer and known for reducing nicks and cuts of his Santa sack. Manscaped is here to make holiday shopping a blast by giving products they'll love and make them laugh. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code YOKO at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code YOKO. Manscaped, for a perfect gift that would be the holidays' biggest hit.
He's a very nice dick that any woman would love. That's right.
You gotta
Yoko.
Gotta make sure that Crookshank hangs right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotta make sure. Manscaped, the perfect stocking stuffer to help your hubby be clean, his hygiene appropriate. Use the promo code YOKO for 20% off. Plus, you get that free shipping. So it's 20% off the price plus free shipping that you don't have to pay. Sometimes shipping's upwards of $15 to $30 you're saving on top of the 20% off. So get over there, use the promo code YOKO. Help yourself, help your husband, your significant other, whoever you're dating. Help them by using and helping TTNL.
Like clockwork, the sex bots are out and about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they
And
love
the music.
Once
like
they heard balls.
Yeah, as soon as balls was said, they were
As
out.
soon as balls was said. I hope there's hope. Listen, this week, well, said it all. Well, the patrons. What do you got?
No, because you break up. If it's at a certain volume, you start to break up.
Oh,
So if
I
it's
was
not-
breaking up.
Yeah.
I felt like Wham.
Give me some fucking names. Give this.
I'm trying. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. You're good.
Swag hats are available. Acevedo is promoting. Go over to ttnlswag.com. Get your swag on for the holiday season. We're actually going to be running. I got to talk to to Alex Acevedo about getting that holiday promo code out for you TTNL fans to get that 20% off. I don't know if I can pull free shipping, Ivan, but certainly get you 20% off. TTNL swag. Speaking of swag, we got two guys from our patrons that were able last week to answer the trivia questions correctly. And our guy, the business manager, Yoko himself, Cherie, brought these two to Bears versus Packers. Let's bring out these two guests before we cut it out with Claudio, brought to you by Manscaped as well. There is Carrie and Jose.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
How you feeling, Jose? You
All
look
good.
like-
Can't
you look
complain.
like you look like you had a few coquitos.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm more the Claudio type.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
What's
there you
that?
go.
You're smoking a little bit tonight.
Yes, sir.
Smoking
Can
the
you
good
turn
shit.
your? Can you turn your?
How about your
screen
tequila?
sideways?
I know exactly. I drink more tequila, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, we can see you. You're good.
Now you're upside down. You have a Samsung phone? What do you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. I'm not no damn iPhone.
Motherfucking Samsungs. I'm gonna kill you.
Jose.
You son of-
Listen,
Hey, with
Jose, there's a
Samsung.
little button in
give
the
in.
top right.
Hit
Top
the
right.
button in the top right.
on the top right.
I
Oh,
don't have a
Lord,
gal. I have no idea. I'm just
Giving
following
me
Carrie.
still vibes of my mom.
yeah, now
No, you just stay there. I knew Shane would probably be like, tell Carrie to move his shit. I don't want to fuck it all up. You were perfect.
Sorry, baby.
oh, get out
Well,
of here. The
that?
wife.
Could she hold the camera this way? Hey,
Hi.
wifey. That's all right. Stay there. We could see
Thank you for the ride Sunday.
Oh,
No
Carrie,
problem, Carrie. No problem.
Look at this. Carrie Franklin, you went all the way from Knoxville. Jim Larison took you to the game. Let's start with you. What was it like with Jim and going to see Bears Packer? You got to meet his family and everything.
Yeah, and the most important thing that you guys wanted us to do is talk about his son's girlfriend or fiance. And I will say that he definitely outkicked his coverage.
There you go.
So
Jim
it was
is
awesome.
right.
Yeah,
The only one bad thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The only one bad thing is that he's got to convert her. So that's the only bad drawback that she has.
Ivan's wife.
Yes, just like Ivan.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
An Ivan's wife.
God.
But she admits she will be going back in the closet soon.
There you go. There you go. Carrie was saying that the whole night, the whole day. They're all going to go back. The Packer cheeseheads are going back in the closet.
I hope you're right, Carrie. It'll be a great day. It might be rough around the house, but I don't give a shit. Like as long as the Bears are kicking the Packers' ass, I'm happy.
My wife's a damn Cub fan. I know Phil doesn't like baseball, but in this house, it's South Side. That's
White
it.
Sox. There you
Yes.
go.
There you go,
Yeah,
Sharif.
there they
100%.
go. I don't know anything about that rivalry, but
We beef on so many levels.
I'm on the other side.
thank God
I
I
know,
don't.
Jose.
Good
I
job,
know,
Jose.
brother. But no,
I'm
what
on
I
the
was
other
saying,
side.
Jim was the best. His family was the best. You know,
For
when we
sure.
got there, you know, he had the game day brochure for us. He made us just feel like we were part of the family. I mean, it was just a wonderful time. My only hiccup was flying out there. We were delayed a little bit thanks to American Airlines. But other than that, Jose, meeting him, what a great guy. Just, I mean, had a fabulous time with everybody. And yes, we were definitely rooting for the Bears to win. We thought they were going to pull it off.
Yeah.
And it was a little heartbreaking. But I have a great picture that I can text you that is going to kind of solidify that the Packer fans will be going in the closet. If you want, I can send it to you, Phil.
Sure, definitely send it
Okay,
to
let
us.
me send that over here.
Or
The
send
grinder,
it to
the
Ivan.
grinder.
You can send it
Yes.
to me because you got my cell.
That was a great, great picture.
It's Keeping It 100 hats and BHL and whatever show are available on the swag shop. You could see my guy Carrie is wearing a Stats Are for Losers shirt. I'm wearing mine too, Carrie.
Yes, yes.
Look at Jose's wearing his TTNL. I saw you guys wearing the swag, supporting the network. When I was in Chicago, it was amazing to see how many people, as you were walking to the game, and then we were at the tailgate, obviously, supporting TTNL and what we do here. I know Courtney Cronin and Dion Miller had mentioned their experiences at camp. It was like, wow, all these TTNL people are Phil and Shane sending them there. And I was like, no, I'm just telling Ivan and Alex to stand outside and hand them out for free to make. No, I don't do that. That's the rainbows.
The only bad thing about the trip was, so when we went back in, we sat and Jim was kind enough to let me, you know, buy him a drink.
Yeah.
And so I took my shirt off and I hung it over the chair. And then when I left, I left my shirt there. My
oh no!
It was the performance over politics.
Oh shit!
But I promise you, I've already.
I didn't even notice
on
that.
order again. It's
Someone
on order
stole
again.
that shit.
So,
Jose's
well, no,
like,
it's
I didn't
actually-
even notice that shit. He's wearing it tomorrow.
No, because we Jim almost forgot his sweater, and I mentioned it to him. And Jim's wife's fantastic.
Isn't
She, she's a
best.
very actually. I would love it very much if Jim's wife and Cherie would talk to my wife and get her interested in some football. You know, because she's.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you could throw my wife in there too, Jose.
Yeah, I'm with you. Mine too. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Listen.
She tolerates me watching football.
She says, "Why are you yelling? They can't hear you, right?"
My wife tells me that all the time. I'm Puerto Rican. I talk loud.
I had the pleasure of meeting Jose at the tailgate. You came out there with your whole family, your sons, and I believe your grandson, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And,
they're watching today.
Well, I'm glad they're watching. Shout out to them. Tonight I put together like this emotional video.
See, I'm getting beat up.
She's getting beat up. What's her name?
I'm getting beaten up because I'm telling the truth. I'm keeping it 100 and I'm getting beat up for it.
What's your wife's name?
Rosa.
Rosa. So she roll her R's.
Oh, yeah.
Rosa.
She's Puerto Rican too. She rolls them.
Oh, she rolls the R's. And she rolls a blunt for you, it seems like. You're
No, she won't do that. I got to do that on my own.
Oh, if you're just tuning in, we got two patrons here, Kerry Franklin and Jose Torres. They both have won a trip. We had a trivia contest, Shane and I, on our Patron, and these two won by default. Seemed like it took them forever.
Yeah,
Rosa.
it definitely did. Thank God Jackal don't do shit. Otherwise, I would have never won.
That saved you, Kerry.
It did.
Hey, we didn't do no better. I mean, if it would have been for the fact that my mind almost locked on me, and I realized there was no first round draft pick in 2022.
Exactly. It popped in your head and you got it right. It was a trick question by the smartest man. And you're right, Kerry. Jackal still isn't doing shit. He's not here tonight. But the fact that he wasn't got you on into Chicago. You flew out there. You got to meet Jim Larison, his family, his wife, his son. I asked you to give me the report card on the girlfriend. And all the reviews are back, including Jim, who says he really likes this girl. So if we can convert her, she'd probably be at least a 9 now because she's a Packer fan, 6.5.
That's about right. Like always, DD.
It takes
like
it
always.
down, right? Yep. Three spaces. I love Cherie's mom. Cherie's mom I got to meet when I was out there. You guys, though, your support, your patronage, and the things that you've said to me privately as well as on the shows mean a lot to me, and Shane and everybody here at TTNL, because we got Keepin It 100, Bears Hour Live, everyone knows that, but all of the extra stuff that we put into the network on the patron side, it just, at some points, I get it. Fans get tired of losing, and the Chicago Bears and George and Ted and the politics and all that stuff that we're talking about with Bernard Berrian tonight, and that we've talked with a lot of people, players and media. That stuff gets tiring. But when you're putting your hard work and effort into it, because people like you are saying, wow, I thought I knew football and I've learned so much, or I had so much laughs. It takes me out of the doldrums. I want to see more. It's not just what the stats are saying. It's this. And that's what makes it worth all the time and effort. And I was so proud of Jim Larison to reach out to me and Shane and say, I got these 2 tickets. Now, we've given tickets away before, and we've given them to people like Ivan and Cool Kennedy and Ron G, and down the line, some other patrons, Alex Acevedo, and because they deserve it. They put in so much time, too, to make this network special. And this time, it was just a plan to take care of the patrons for what they do. And you guys, I'm glad you had the experience that you did. I was praying that you would win. They'd get the win for you guys so you could experience that, especially watching this. And I play it only because I feel like we have to live through this and use this, Ryan Poles and Eberflus, as motivation, whether it is his last time there or not. We have to change this course. I'm so tired of it. It's hard to watch that. I thought they had him, Kerry. 19 to 10.
So did I, Phil.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you guys were talking about Bayless earlier.
Yeah.
How many plays, Jose, was he not lining up right, where he was just
in the wrong
where he was?
He was.
I mean, I'm the.
He didn't know where he was at.
Because he was at Tennessee last year, and he just rocked it. And when Shane said they didn't do a good draft, I was like, I don't know, this guy's good, but so far his predictions turning out right, and hopefully, like BB says, he can turn it around. But I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. And see, I think that was a big point in the interview tonight. What he had to say about some people not being able to get an understanding and comprehend it all, especially as a rookie. For him, it was different. And like I said, Fresno really ran a multiple professional style offense when he was there. For him, the transition might have been easy. With Tennessee, I don't know. I know they do run bubble screens a lot, and that's what you've seen Bayless doing.
Yeah.
But to your point, I mean, we saw it on TV. Over here, over there. And I'm like, ugh. But again, that comes down to coach. I mean, do you put that guy out there? You got to know your plays. There's a way to teach.
Well, we know what this offseason needs to be for Bayless Jones, and it's playbook.
Exactly.
Because, definitely.
Even as
because he was lost.
Right.
Jugs machine.
Right.
He was lost out there, man.
And the Jugs, because even as a rookie, you need that experience. We talk about Justin needing experience. Every young player on this team needs that experience. And if you're not able to get on the football field, you're not going to be here very long. And that's talent or not. And I trust me, I know the roster, but him as an individual player, you got to be able to overcome that. So for me, Bayless, this offseason needs to be playbook, or you're done in Chicago.
Great stuff. Let's go around real quick before we go to cut it out.
No.
Because I want to do this quick. Huh?
There's no cut. Bratcher ain't doing shit. He didn't put it up.
He didn't put it up?
No, so
cut it out. Go on.
No.
Cut it out. We cut it out.
What the?
No.
I mean, we go put it. It's all right. Go ahead. Do it.
Hey, is it there?
Yo, go ahead.
Okay.
Play the
Before we do it, you got time because I want to go around real quick. One bear up. Let's try to be positive here. We won't even do a bear down this week. Let's just go around every one of us. We start with Cherie. Is there a bear up, Cherie, for you?
The only one I can say is Justin Fields. I was so disappointed in that game. So my bear up is going to be Justin Fields. Sorry for all of y'all who were going to pick him. He's the only one. So thank you for letting me go first.
And that's the end of the game, folks. And that's how we Anybody else have a bear up? You guys were at the game. You could play the game however you want. Kerry, do you have a bear up?
No doubt. Sanborn, he is all over the place. I mean, this kid he can when he sees the play as before it happens, and he's there. The effort, you talk about the hits principle. I mean, he is all about that. Go ahead, Jose.
Baby locker.
No, I'm saying, and the same token, his lateral movement is, I mean, he might be 4'7", but the way he moves from side to side, he's a player, man. Exactly. He's a real player. He's a real football player.
Throw those stats. The tape never lies, Jose. When you find those guys, if you were a patron, I broke down Sanborn as an undrafted coming out in Wisconsin. My father and I talked about the potential that was there. He's building on his talent. You look at everyone talks about Tom Brady because it's a simple one to see what his body was at the combine to where he's gotten to. It's much different than it was then. I can point out a guy that came in and was a certain way and then built his career, and that was Wayne Corbett. He was my teammate at Hofstra. I saw the talent, but when he went to the NFL, he was on the smaller side of the work. He got faster, stronger, and better. The harder you work, that's the difference there. That's the difference there. So I'm excited about that Sanborn, because I'm seeing it on tape. I can't wait to put that out there tomorrow night for the patrons.
Nice.
I've been working on defense and offensive tape to release. Jose Torres, do you have a bear up?
You know, we didn't get a big we got like 10 plays of this guy, but Leatherwood, man, he's interesting, man.
Oh, look at
that kid. That kid got some shit on him, man. He's got some skills, man. He definitely got some skills. I'd like to see him some more. He did about 10 plays and he looked pretty good.
I don't give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
Jose was rolling it up.
Yes, Jose.
There he is.
We gotta get you on that drop.
Jose on that drop thing. Get him.
I'll bring my safe with me.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Leatherwood. We don't care if he's smoking. He looks good out there. That's a good one. He's bringing the hits. That's Jose's hits principle right there.
Right there. You can't smell it in here.
There you go.
Well done, Jose. We're keeping it positive tonight on Keeping It 100. Ivan Vargas, do you have a bear up?
I mean, I'm gonna steal it from Claude or you, so I'll just say Blackwell. He looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
He looked it's for me. I would have said Leatherwood definitely before Jose would have took him, just because that right tackle spot with Borum. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen with Borum. If Leatherwood, seeing him in these next couple games, if he's been while he's been on the sideline, putting in the work, at practice, putting in the work in the play, in the film room, studying the playbook as much as you can, or in his assignments. We need to see what it is, because his talent, I know Shane has said that he's one of those guys you got to, kind of, motivate all the time, but the talent is there. And for him being picked up, where he was, and the way that people have seen him, we could have something really good in that guy if the Bears were able to unlock that talent and motivate him the way he needs to be motivated. So I would say that. But Spencer Blackwell, that's pretty much all I got to say.
Hey, there you go. Yep, I like it.
I like it because Orange likes it. That's a good one, even though you talked more about Leatherwood than Blackwell.
I was ready for Leatherwood.
I beat you out on that one.
Jose's hits principle, guy. TTNL Barber, Claudio.
Not that kind of hit, Claudio.
Yes. Claudio, do you have any?
I'll make it quick. I mean, you guys took most of the dudes I was going to talk about, but N'Keal Harry, he had that great catch. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that going deep to him. And
that was Harry's guy. Carey's guy. Carey kept on saying, throw it to him.
Yeah.
Throw it up. Get Claypool and Harry out there on the edges.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he was saying.
The field. What are we doing? St. Brown is a bear down.
Yes, he is.
He had the potential to be a bear up, but definitely a bear down.
But we're not going to do bear downs. I love it, Claudio. That's a great one. My bear up. You guys have left me high and dry here. My bear up. I actually felt like the new kid, number 94. What's his name? I totally blanked on his name. He came over from the Cardinals practice squad. Comes in there.
Right?
The defensive tackle, right?
Yeah, he comes in there, and he's playing like I want to see guys play for their jobs. He went out there and made probably the best play I've seen from a defensive tackle all season long, penetrating, crossing the face, swimming, and playing aggressive on the back, throwing his ass down and letting him know this, he's there. This kid's fucking 3 days in. He's out there playing like that. So that's what I want to see moving forward. Bear up again to Jim Larison for creating this. I know Jose, I wanted him to come. I had a ticket the last time. Someone offered it to me in the parking lot. And I was like, I wanted to offer it to Jose, but he couldn't leave his kids and not go. So, but now you were able to go. So I was excited.
We're all about family here, aren't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. Bear up, bear down this week with Kerry Franklin and Jose Torres. Now, Claudia.
Hey, cut it out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you must.
With Claudio the Barber. Hey, you gotta let me talk, Phil. Hey, you gotta let me speak. Claudio is gonna be bringing a new sense to Keeping It 100. It's Cut It Out with Claudio on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Hey.
Oh, cut it out. There they are.
What's the matter for you?
What's the matter? Ivan, was that you laughing on the?
Yeah. What's going on? How do we hear Ivan?
I don't know.
Yes.
What's going on? Yeah, I heard you. I'm like
how?
I thought the mics. No, the mic should have went off. Like when
we heard you.
We heard you.
heard
somehow.
your
I'm
signature
hearing
laugh.
pop. I thought someone was playing
fucking
fucking foosball. I'm like, what? What was that?
Oh, I don't know. My bad.
Then I heard you laughing. I go, it's Ivan. I was so ready to blame your wife, Jose. I swear.
You wouldn't have been too far from the truth.
Rosa, what do you got, Claudio?
All right. Well, listen, you already showed this clip of this dude, and because this could be his last time as a Packer, I'm gonna show just a little. Listen, there it is. Let's just relive this shit again. Fucking cut it out with this fucking douchebag.
I'm gonna relive this.
He's a douchebag doing this shit to the fans, and then he's fucking hailing. Why do you keep hitting this shit? Why do people keep touching it? Dude, what is going on? I don't understand.
It's like a flip book. Like
don't
it
touch
looks
it.
like a flip book.
Look, no,
it's actually cool. Look.
He's okay. You just listen.
That
My
looks
whole
a little,
joke. My whole joke was he's a douche doing this, and then he's fucking anti-Semitic hailing Hitler right here. So
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! I didn't do it. He did it. Not me.
Creepers.
Okay, man. So man, I fucked up, but.
I don't know if there was anti-Semitism in that salute, but
listen,
that's funny.
I didn't do it.
That was funny.
That was
funny.
Oh my God.
I love him.
Hopefully, he's the last time.
The last time we see him, cut it out. That was your cut it out. Just
that
one
was
thing.
it. That was it. I was
okay.
Gotta end it. Gotta do it with him. It's the only thing I could do. So
I hear.
That's it. Yeah.
What is the orange doing? No. Did you like 39 or 4 on Eddie Jackson? Do you
I prefer 39.
39 was getting receptions. 39 was taking
39.
You like
Definitely 39.
I always hated the number 39. I hated it.
I like 4 better.
I do too, but to your point, guys, he's played better number 39. He's played better number 39.
1 year.
I got another cut it out for you.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
Hold
on. I'll get the scissors out for you.
All right. Cut it out. Would you please doing them Wildcats? Even Jim's wife said, "What the hell are you doing? A Wildcat with what's that? 21? What's his name? Evans.
Evans.
Why are you running a Wildcat with Evans?
God.
Yeah.
Would you please?
What about that? What was that?
We have a quarterback that can run.
Phil called it. Phil called it the jet sweep, but it was a jet sweep
reverse
Oh
bullshit
my
play.
god!
Like,
I called it
shit.
before. I go,
What
don't
was
worry,
that?
Claudio. I guarantee it was like literally the
No, for
next
real.
play.
He said, "Watch this, jet sweep," and boom, it was.
I seen that shit. I had to smoke a joint and I couldn't do it there.
Oh my god!
What?
They pull that instead of throwing the pass into the end zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the big
Right.
receivers catch it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Brutal.
It was. Yeah. I'm telling you, even Jim's wife, she was right on top of it. She said, "Why are they doing that?" And she was animate. She was saying, "Oh my god." But unlike me, she had a nice way to say it. Me, I was cussing up a storm.
There you go.
I'm glad you didn't put that on when my wife was here.
No, Mama's watching the show tomorrow. She says, "We'll sit down and watch it later." And now she'll see that.
That'll be at the
Yeah.
2:57 mark. Don't let her
Yeah.
know that part.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this policy, the show is at its end. But for me it's so important to thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Audio Jane getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say to get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
shout
Spencer strong.
out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Spencer strong.
Shout outs. Shout outs. There they are. Can you hear me, Sharif?
Yes.
Music's on. What a show. What a show tonight. Started out getting sacked on first down. Never like to do that. But then you step up in the pocket, Carrie, and you don't run the double reverse. You actually throw the ball down the field. Try to make some big plays. Matt Nagy was right about one thing. He was right about big plays are nice. They are. Just got to run the fucking ball, even if it's in the I formation first.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a.
I know, George. Don't interrupt me ever again. God.
Maron.
George is you went to Yale, right? George did, or is it Michael that went to Yale? I know Michael McCaskey went to Yale. But George is one of those guys. Mike probably never went to Modern Pizza as well. Modern Beats.
I've been there.
I shared today on my Facebook page the story of New Haven Pizza. And if you're a follower of mine on my Facebook, I really want you to check out this documentary. It is so... I learned shit I didn't even know about the Italians coming to New Haven, the story of the pizza, Frank Pepe, how Sally's got started, and they're actually... Sally's and Frank Pepe's are relatives that became rivals. It was great. It's totally worth it to check it out. They got all these famous people in there. And they tell you the greatest pizza in the world. I know you Chicagoans, and I learned this. I didn't know this. The best pizza in Chicago, I guess it's called this Peace. It's called Peace. A restaurant called Peace. It has the most, sold the most. I forget what the stat is. It's modeled after New Haven Pizza. And there is my mic drop. For all of you Chicago heads.
I never heard of the place, so.
It's called Peace.
Never heard
Piece.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
Okay. I don't remember that one.
Look it up. I'm serious.
It's on North and Milton. It's in Bucktown.
I will.
It's in Bucktown.
I want to try the New Haven.
Try that place.
It's in Wicker Park, Jose. It's
I was going to send you and Ivan to go together. Two Puerto Ricans.
That's why.
You can send me,
Wicker Park is not my style.
I don't know where Wicker Park
Ivan
is.
understands.
Yeah.
Sounds like a scary movie.
Wicker Park is like a lot of young hipster type.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
Millennials.
Yeah, millennials.
That's what they call it. Yeah.
Millennials.
I'm 70 years old. I'm not hanging out there.
Millennials. Right.
Yeah. Whatever.
What was the stat? I can't even read. But since 2001, I believe, they're tavern style focused.
Oh, tavern is the greatest.
They got a lot of
New Haven pizza.
They got a lot of traffic in there too. It's a very it's a nightlife around there, so they got constantly getting people coming in.
There it is.
Well, I figured I'd help you guys out. Carrie actually went to New Haven, went to Modern. I'm pissed I didn't get to go out there. And
we were thinking Claudio was going to join us, but the last minute he was unable to. But
it was a crazy family.
The only difference is, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's the only difference is, in my opinion, was there's just more cheese on the Chicago pizza, which that's what I grew up with. So I tend to like that more.
Now, where are you from?
I'm originally from north side Chicago, then moved to the southwest suburbs. Downers Grove South, and my wife and I lived in Joliet, close to where Joliet Jake came out with the Blues Brothers.
That's where Tom Thayer has a... Isn't Tom Thayer from there? Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, before she met me, was married to another person. And then this guy sold their house to Tom Thayer.
Wow.
He was right there next door, His mom lived there. They lived next door. And so anyways, they sold the house to him. Tom's a great guy. He's a big part of the Joliet community.
Yeah, I met him. He was telling us about his mom's soup.
Yeah,
they still have a restaurant there, and I believe Jim is going to go out there. Now I'm going to have Jim go with Jose and Ivan out to Peace and try that.
Try
they do get.
I might go to Peace tomorrow.
I'm retired.
Yeah.
I got all the time. I'm retired. Just tell me when.
I'm gonna have to hit Jose.
Uber,
right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
except for Uber.
We'll get together, Jose. It's a bye week, so we'll get together.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, film a pizza review, you two.
We'll do a quick
you gotta do it honest though. I always tell
sounds like a plan.
If you come in biased, then you lose.
If it's good pizza, Phil, I'm gonna tell you it's good.
Hey, I love pizza.
Oh yeah, New Haven was great.
I love good pizza, so if it's good, I'll tell you.
That's all. That's all that matters. Cherie.
Yeah.
I know you're anticipating a shout out. You're tired.
I'm only gonna do one. Y'all already know who it is. And I know you'll
Thank
finish
you,
it off.
Cherie. I appreciate you shouting me out, man.
I know you're gonna finish it off, but
Coming on the plane after. Yes.
I do want to give a shout out to Shane, his family, and just prayers up for his dad and a speedy recovery. Shane, we love you. That's my shout.
For sure.
Well said, for sure. See, Bernard's got me saying for sure again. I just got rid of that.
Chicago dude. He a Cali dude. So
He's from Chicago too. That's mixed up.
He lived in Gurnee. He lived in Gurnee.
It's not a Chicago.
That's like 2 hours. That's like living.
Where's Gurnee?
It's north.
Gurnee is like
it's literally.
Take it easy, Ivan. I live right by there.
I got that, but you grew up in Chicago. But no, Gurney's
Gurnee.
like 55 minutes away from
How
Chicago.
far from Larison's is Gurnee?
Oh, like opposite direction.
2 hours.
It's in the opposite direction?
Yeah.
How far
I'm
from
up
Harris
north.
Hall?
Up north by the Wisconsin border.
Holy
right by the Cheeseheads.
Why would he live that far? Is that close to house?
That's where they all stay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Highland Park, Lake Forest, they all live, all the Bear players live around there. I pick up a few of them.
Yeah? You have any good stories, any of them?
You know what? There was this one guy, this wide receiver, that we picked him up and he was on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And I got to take him into the Lake Forest.
Yeah.
They don't let you in through the gate. So they let me in through the gate.
Yeah.
I actually got to, if I get a chance, I'll send you the picture. But I got a picture in front of the Lake Forest, you know, the training facility.
Oh, the Hallis Hall.
The Hallis Hall, yeah. And I got a picture of Hallis Hall, the entrance and stuff.
What was the kid's name? You remember?
Man, I can't remember. But no. He never was even activated. They had him on the practice squad.
Year? Riley Ridley?
No. He might as well have been.
Andy Fantus?
No, I don't know what the guy's name is. He was like, I think we picked him up. We picked him up off of Kansas City. A couple of years back, about 3 years ago.
Kansas City. Oh man, I wish Shane was here. He'd have some funny names.
He probably would know.
He would know.
Yeah.
This fucking guy. He would know.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I remembered Andy Fantus. You remember him, Carrie? Fantus Flakes. He came from the Canadian Football League. He had all this hype. He won the award in the Canadian football. A big, tall, white kid. Fantus Flakes. And
what position he played?
Wide receiver. And he
really?
Yeah, he was a bust. He never made the team or not.
Yeah, well, seems like we get a lot of those.
My best friend, Kevin White. He's like, Kevin White is going to be the number one receiver.
Kevin White.
Please don't go there.
And I'm like, oh. And so every time
you just upset my stomach again.
Kevin White, right? It's Kevin White. So.
Listen, I went to this pub. Jim took me, Steph, the boys, and Cherie to Monk's. Have you ever been there?
I've heard of Monk's.
Holy shit. That place was great. I had this chicken avocado sandwich. I don't even know why I ordered it. Just sounded good. It was tremendous.
Phil was eating all healthy. We all eating burgers and fries. Phil ordered a damn chicken.
Phil, the next time you come to Chicago, you gotta let me take you to a good Puerto Rican restaurant.
Oh yes,
the real deal.
The real. Can you send me some coquille through the mail or no? They can't.
You know what? No, man. Yeah, I'm not a big drinker, man. Terry, he kept on.
I love that drink. That's the one drink. I'm like, I ask everyone.
You got to keep it chilled. So by the time it, unless you have like the box and stuff.
One of those box that smokes when you open it.
Yeah. Right. But you can't leave it for too long because it after a couple of
separate.
Yeah.
It's like if you're at the Mexico at the what do you call it the resort. You leave that pina colada over there in the sun. Fucking separate. It's not good.
Yeah.
And I go, give me another one of those pina coladas. Jose, Mufungo.
Yes.
Mofongo.
Mofongo's the shit, bro.
That's my favorite dish.
That's yeah. Oh man,
You
look,
can take me to
there's
a good
place here.
Mofongo spot.
I got you, man. I
Have
got
you
you.
ever had it, Cherie? Oh, please.
How do you like your mofongo with chicken or pork or what?
I like the what is the chichon? What do they say? How do you say it? The pork?
No, that's sazon's a seasoning.
I'm sorry, it's got sazon on it, but garlic with shrimp and the pork inside.
Okay, yeah.
The shrimp
yeah.
are on the outside. It's all buttery. Oh my god! I'm like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
You're making me hungry over here.
You've never had
You know what?
mofongo.
You know what I
you
have
gotta
for
try it.
supper tonight?
What's
I have
that?
beef cheeks.
Beef cheeks.
cheeks.
Sounds like Claudio.
Hey,
Oh my God.
I'm all about the
It is-
cheeks,
it's
man.
It's a delicacy.
I'm all about the
I'm
cheeks.
telling
Anything
you.
with cheeks, I'm good to go.
It is. No doubt about it. You gotta try it. You
Hey,
gotta
Carrie,
try it.
did you get to the airport all right?
I got to the airport.
He's
Great.
he's
Yes, I
there. He
did.
survived.
Yeah,
I
good,
did.
good.
He's got his stats are for loser shirt on. Fucking
I'm
somebody
telling you.
stole his performance over politics shirt.
I ain't
But
got it, so
I
don't
left
wasn't-
it.
wasn't
don't blame the
Jose.
Puerto Rican right away.
And it wasn't Charles Leno, I'll tell you that. We know he's off the-
No, that's for sure.
Oh man, I love you guys, man.
Anyway, you have anyone to shout out? Mr. Franklin.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll go 100%, like Cherie said, with Shane and his family.
Definitely.
You know, God bless you, and hope for your dad's speedy recovery. And then to you, Phil, the way you break down tape. I mean, I thought I knew something, but man, oh man, Jim was saying you could sit out there as you're watching the game and you see it right on the spot. You have taught me so much about this game that I thought I knew, and so and then everybody else in the TTNL family, you guys are the best, and you know I just feel you're genuine, who you are coming through, you know, on the YouTube that I watch all the time, and I just love you guys, and so thanks. That's all.
Thank you so much. And seriously, thank you, Chris Jackal, for not doing shit. So Carrie
Yes.
is able to go to the game. No matter what, Jackal is somehow involved. It's like the butterfly effect. It's the, what is it tonight? The Little League meeting effect.
The board meeting.
Board
meeting.
Fucking board meeting. Oh my God. I
owner.
wish you would take a picture
I
of
can only
this
imagine the
board.
smells coming out of that thing, but you know.
Exactly. Mr. Jose Torres.
I think Terry already mentioned it, man. I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. The way you guys break down the game, you make it so easy to learn. You know, I've been watching football for many years, but you guys have taught me so much. And not just about football, but about family. And that's why it's so important that everybody that's watching, please say a prayer for the Marshall family. And just, you know, one shout out I want to give is to my brother. My brother's a big football fan as well. His name is Ralph. And it was his birthday 2 days ago. So I just wanted to shout him
Shout
out.
out to you, Ralph.
Happy birthday.
Ralph Torres?
That's correct.
Okay. Ralph Torres shouting you out. Your brother.
Yep.
When I come to Chicago next year, I'm gonna have you be my Uber driver.
No problem.
That would be fun.
I got
we film
you.
it. That would be fun. How do you like doing that? Do you like that?
Well, you know what? I don't do it much, man. I do
You
it
go
like
down to
20
the
hours.
city to do it? Or
Oh,
do you
hell
go-
no. I stay out in Gurnee. I stay out in
You're
Gurnee.
picking up Bernard to get his fucking snow shovel.
I stay out that way, man. Yeah. I've picked up some interesting person.
Claudio wanted you to pick up his snowplow. Put it on the
Yeah,
back.
no, that's not happening. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love you, Jose and Carrie. Your authenticity is the whole thing. And we say it, and I know Cherie knows it. I know Ivan knew it and came into it and now knows it even more. It's like I stay awake at night wondering and worrying about everybody. My wife's like, you're going to give yourself a heart attack. You got to calm down. Like, you got to get it done. Got to do this. But she's right. But tonight was so therapeutic for me, in all honesty. And you guys are the cherry on top, because Jim reached out to me, and my wife, when she heard, because she had met Jose, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Because I wanted, I wish I could remember the kid's name. I totally sorry. He's like, Phil, I got an extra ticket if anybody needs it. If you know somebody, I'll take them into the game. And I thought of you, Jose, right away. And then you're instant. Phil, I got my sons here, my kids. I just wanted to come out here and that's what family's all about. And my wife was like, I'm so happy he's going. He's such a character. Jim's going to love him. Jim's going to love him. Now, I never had met Carrie. And Jim told me, Phil, these guys were so awesome. My wife had a great time. It was so fun to do this. And that's the truth. So I wanted to make sure we got you on tonight. What were you saying?
The same blanket that Jim's wife had at the game. I got this mine right here.
Fucking stole that one too. Look at him.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
I love it. Move the camera to the left a little bit. Performance over politics. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Jose. Oh man. If you,
I love you guys, man.
Jose, your son. I put your picture of the picture your son took of me, you.
Yeah, right.
And my family, all of us together at the tailgate. I put that. I heard this song today on Instagram. I don't know how to do these reels and stuff. I'm looking for someone, an intern, to help with our TikTok, because I feel like we need to start clipping some of these interviews, putting them on TikTok, and having someone do that. So if someone's good at that, please. So I'm playing around, and this song like hits me. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see my reel. There's a picture of me, Jose, and Jose's son is actually taking it, a selfie.
My grandson is there with us.
Yeah, there you go. And it was just an emotional piece for me, because I got all of my people, Claudio, Cherie, what happened when I went to Dallas, and TTNL tailgate, and Jim's party at the house. All of that I captured. It was very emotional today, learning it. But then I started, and I thought of you and your family. So you're my family now. So I can't wait I joke because I love you. I really do. I'm so glad you guys both got to meet. No, I know you can. I know you can. You guys are family. And Jim had a great time. And more importantly, I'm so glad that you got to meet him. I'm always talking about the guy. Claudio and Ivan got to meet him. You can't make it up. Claudio, do you have a shout out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna obviously.
I know we're going long. I apologize.
Yeah, I'll try to make it quick. Shout out Shane, obviously his father. Everybody here, especially Jose, Carrie, coming on. You guys are awesome. You know, fans like you, it's amazing that we have the show, that we have fans like you guys. So, but I'm gonna shout out. So I wasn't on last week. I would have done this last week, but the week before, my wife was actually a surrogate and had a baby. That's why I wasn't on that week. She had a baby the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I just want to shout her out because she's an amazing woman.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's actually the second time she's done it, believe it or not. Wow. And so I got to shout her out because that was, there's two. The biggest things you can do in life is save a life and give a life. So, that's it. So yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. And I'm glad you said it because that's a chore in itself. And a shout out to you. I don't know if I can have my wife carry somebody else's baby, to be honest.
Well,
how you able to do
It's her choice, and it was, I support her, and that's it.
That's another show, Cherie. That's like an off-season interview, one-on-one, me and Claudia.
That's a real man, dude.
That is.
Appreciate it.
Ivan Vargas, the one. Not only are you a veteran here on Pearl Harbor Day, you would be the perfect guy to talk about that and send your shout out.
Well, don't forget Cherie either. But I mean, it was crazy because I'm looking at here and obviously,
Of course, Cherie. I'm saying
obviously, like I don't think two veterans are gonna forget, Pearl Harbor, the attack on Pearl Harbor. But yeah, first I want to start out with Shane. Shout out to Shane. Praying for him all the time, man. Like Phil said, guy has gone through a lot, a whole hell of a lot, and we love him here on the network. He's, he isn't what was it? He isn't fucking 7% or what was that bullshit that the other network told you guys? He's not that. He's a lot.
Only worth 7%.
Yeah, he's a lot more than that for us, and just knowing what he's going through and everything like that. I'm praying for him and hoping and wishing his family the best. But also, like everybody has mentioned, because it's like everybody's, don't forget the veterans. I'm like, I don't think we will.
Fuck yourself.
For the servicemen, for the servicemen and women that had died on Pearl Harbor, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that were there, other than the servicemen as well. Everybody who made that ultimate sacrifice, that was in uniform. Thank you. That's something that you can't really quantify. You can't measure up. They gave their lives for something, and that's something that was for us to be here. Believe it or not. I mean, if you look at it deeply, it really comes down to that. So, everybody who gave their lives on Pearl Harbor, December 7th, it was it's much appreciated by me. It's much remembered by all veterans, and it's obviously remembered by us here on the Tape Never Lies Network. So that's my shout out.
Well said, man. Well said. And yes, I passed it to you because I saw the chat getting fluttered. We're not going to forget, and I would be remiss if I didn't. My father would kill me if I didn't talk about Pearl Harbor and those people that Ivan just hit out of the park. God bless anyone that has served this country. And as I said to Bernard Berrian, if you have never been to Army Navy, it's one thing, it's not even a fraction of what it is watching it on TV versus being there. So I ask that you, if you can, make it to Philadelphia to check out that game sometime. It is definitely worth the weight in gold. All those servicemen that have sacrificed their lives. I was talking with Logan Frost about this one serviceman that I think TTNL is going to help out find this guy's name. Logan has this whole thing. So I want to shout out Logan for what he's trying to make a movement on this. We talked about it about a month ago. The untold story, there it is, of World War II, Clark Airfield. We're going to do a little something like that as we move into the off season as well. I want to shout out Bernard Berrian for coming on the show and being an amazing guest. I want to shout out my father and family as we go through life. You get one life. It's never easy. It's not. It's never easy. There's challenges every day, and this network has faced them all of us. As much as I joke about Jackal, he's faced a lot of adversity himself, as well as Ivan, Cool Kennedy, the music man, Claudio, the barber. We joke around, and this is very therapeutic. Cherie has dealt with, and we do it together. We cry on one another, we debate with one another, but at the end of the day, there's one goal, and that's for the Chicago Bears to turn this thing around. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Jim Larison for making me proud of the network even more than I already could, to see these two gentlemen be able to experience what I've been able to experience, and that's watching a game in those seats and getting to know Jim and his family. Just class people. want to thank you, Carrie, for your kind words and your support for the network and for being just a true ambassador of what we do. That means a lot to me. Jose Torres, outspoken, hilarious, just a character that my father always said, you want to surround yourself with good people. I've been lucky enough to meet so many good people. That tailgate, there was so many, from the twins, Steve and Scott and Sam and Otis and Big, all of these people, so many of you that I met there that were just so gracious, so kind with your words. It just meant something to push this network even more. Anybody and everybody that is a fan, you deserve a shout out. I'll tell you a quick story at the old network. Why are we doing shout outs? Why are we doing it, Phil? Because I feel like if someone's fucking staring at a screen for 3 or 4 hours and they've been supportive, they should hear their name on the show. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's why I did it. That's why I fought for it, and it'll be just as much as a long open will be a shout out. And my brain works differently, and I love good or bad debate. Because at the end of the day, I'll see you next week when I'm breaking it down again, right? Because I'm not going anywhere. I gotta finally finish off with a shout out to Shane and his family, obviously. Just what everybody said, but Shane is one of those guys. Me and Shane debate because we love each other and for the network. You can't just be a yes man. You have to believe in what you believe, and you stand for that. In fact, I've watched people, even on the network, flip-flop like they're at fucking Daytona Beach. That will never be me. I don't like those people. Because it's not about being right. It's about being what it is you see. What ends up happening is up to some other person that has decided, like Bernard Berrian, he's too skinny. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but he did it. He decided that. So then my opinion of it becomes, you know what? I was wrong. And I think everybody can embrace a guy that's saying, I was wrong, instead of a guy that's always saying, I said this and I said that. And I covered all of my bases. And that's the difference from TTNL and Shane Marsaw and these other people out here breaking down tape and having talk shows or whatever. That's my mini rant, Carrie. In a shout out, I gave you a rant, but Cherie, you deserve a shout out. Why? I'm going to tell you. Nights like this, when everything seems to be in adversity, Cherie comes on with a smiling face, and it's just the fan that has become the team, but is still a fan. She says it all the time in her shout, but I'm still a fan. That means everything to me. Tonight it meant more than ever before. We'll see you guys, and shout out Cherie's mom, my number one fan.
Can I say one thing though?
Go ahead.
Can I say one thing? Go Navy, beat Army.
Yes.
Let's do that thing. Let's
Go
beat them.
Army, Hawk.
Let's
Go
beat them.
Army.
guys are
I'm
ever
cheering
in
for
Knoxville.
Army.
There's gonna be 350 running plays in that game. So be ready, buckle up.
If you're ever in Knoxville, hook me up and I'll take you out to dinner for some good barbecue.
Listen, my wife has wanted to go to Knoxville so bad. I kid you not. I owe her with the amount of trips I've dragged her to Chicago in the cold, right, Cherie?
You guys come this way. Seriously, Phil. Hook me up.
Well, you have my
contact
number
me.
now.
Yep. Absolutely.
So there you go. We'll be in. I'm not going anywhere. Neither are you, I hope.
No, I'm not going anywhere. And I heard a little bit about maybe some good opportunities to support you guys even more, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
Nice.
there was a person that quit Patron. Their submitted notice, I won't say their name. You know what? Phil swears too much.
Gary, where are you?
On top of all this losing, I can't take Phil swearing so much. I'm like,
Good
the
riddance.
his award will be down the road with somebody else. I'm sorry, man. He's a very nice dick that any woman would love. Exactly. Well played. All right. We've done it all. We've said it all. I want to shout out both Rosa Torres and Carrie. What was your wife's name again? She hated
Karen.
pizza.
Karen. No, that's my sister. My sister.
Oh, okay.
My sister turned 60, so I brought her. She's a
F
huge
your
Bears
sister. I
fan.
mean, what was your wife's name?
My wife's name is Karen.
Karen.
And, yes, and
Shout
she
out
is
to Karen.
She is my rock. She's
Beautiful.
my rock.
Just tell her when that part comes up. Fast forward to that.
Yeah, I just you don't want to see this.
Is
She'll
she
watch
making you
it.
say that?
She'll watch it. She'll be like, "Oh my god." She's a good
Is she
Catholic
making you
girl.
say
What
that,
can I
Karen?
say? No, she's nowhere around. The only one that's around me right now is my dog that you guys see the picture.
Oh,
on YouTube
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
Oh, there
Lucy
you go.
Lou. So,
Lucy Lou, yeah.
Everybody in the chat, I love you guys.
peace.
All of you that are
Yes.
still here late at night. We've hit the century mark on the day. We are into the new day, Thursday, December what? 8th?
Yes.
December 8th. Well, in 1 month, Claudio, his birthday will be January 8th.
That's right.
And we will
And
be
Merry
live
Christmas,
on the air.
everybody. Merry Christmas.
Hey, don't jump ahead yet. I still have some shopping to do, Carrie. Please. I
For your
fucking hit
birthday.
October 31st. I go into Home Depot. They got Christmas trees up.
I know.
Everything.
Ridiculous.
That was October 1st in Target.
Oh my God.
What
Marie,
happened
you've
to
done
Thanksgiving?
Christmas shopping?
No.
I know, because I didn't get shit yet.
I'm not
Man.
going home. Everything's getting shipped.
I don't do
All
no
right.
shopping.
Jose, appreciate you jumping on tonight. I had a lot of fun with you. God bless you. God bless Carrie. God bless us, everyone, Claudio.
That's right.
You ready to get out of here, guys? Have a good one. We'll see you
Peace.
next week. Keeping it 100. If you're not a patron, become one at thetapeneverlies.com. Tomorrow night, Cars Keys will be hosted by Shane Marshall, and 3 patrons will join him. It's going to be an excellent show. Me and QB Eric Kramer and Ivan Vargas's edits will be live tomorrow, 1 o'clock East, breaking down Bears Packers with the former quarterback that me and my father over the weekend. We'll spread it out Sunday morning. X's with the O's, taking a look at that defense and the offensive line on tape. And of course, tomorrow night, I'll release my DDP's 30-minute Packers versus Bears breakdown like nobody else can or will do. Go over there, become a patron, help us push to 1,000, thetapeneverlies.com, and go support us in the swag. Wear your swag, send me the pictures. We're going to be doing something special with everybody that has a picture sent to TTNL with you supporting and wearing swag. That is also something coming up later this off season. We got 4 of these left. Enjoy the bye week. We'll see you next week. For Ivan Vargas, the super producer, Cherie, Lady Bear, the Yoko reader, Manscaped beyond anyone imaginable, and Claudio the barber. No, he doesn't manscape anybody. He just cuts hair.
Neck up. The neck up.
Neck up.
That's all I do. Neck up.
Neck up. Jose Torres and Kerry Franklin. I'm your guy, Draft Dr. Phil. This has been another episode of Keeping It 100. We'll see you next week.
The tape never lies.
Hey, fuckers. This is Brian Urlacher, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies.
TTL, the tape never lies. Tape never lies. Are you friends with Adam Rank?
I am.
Come on.
Phil.
You guys know the tape never lies.
Give me some name.
Come on, Shane.
Tape Never Lies Network, man. Tape Never Lies Network. Maybe tune in.
I'm a born American boy, born in this land.
I tell you what, man. Tristan Abner, I tell you what, man.
Could be better in the open field. That's all I said. Brenton Gill's the fucking new punt god. I'm
Fucking love it. I love it. I grew a goatee because the only way people knew that I had actually gone through puberty is his hair either had to be here or here, and that was it.
These guys will tell you the best abilities is availability.
Best ability isn't availability. It's accountability. You fucking nerd fucks.
There you go. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Fuck yourself.
Blame it on the bubble wrap.
I love all.
Jim Larison is faster coming out of the end zone than I see Ebner.
It's pretty true. I mean, that's true. It's
The
important.
tape never lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's gonna rise up?
Jeepers creepers.
I'm good. I'm feeling good about this week, man. I'm excited.
Yeah! And when we go,
I love all.
That's gonna get old.
Good, man. That's good.
more podcasts we listen to during the season and during the off network, baby. Sure. Have you watched The Matrix yet, dude?
The tape never lies.
So, man, I fucking fucked up. But
The tackle did the grave digger on my ass. I was like, oh, man.
Claudio hired him to draw logos because he's unemployed. Ours was also supposed to be named after Dionne Warwick. That's so strange.
Give me some fucking names.
You know how cold it is here, guys? I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, you know.
I got it up.
Watching the Tape Never Lies Network, what her face can't.
She gotta work that ass. Yeah.